Hello and welcome to the Inglorious Bards. I am your lovely Game Master Tom, and this is adventure number 8. We are coming to you live on twitch.tv/IngloriousBards every Tuesday, 6:30 p.m. We're also available on our YouTube channel and every podcast platform known to man. A quick shout out and thank you to Hamderbeak, our patron subscriber. Thank you so much for your support. We appreciate you and all our other patron supporters and all of you joining in our adventures every week. Right now, we have changed our setup tonight. The first big change is we have everyone present. That's been a while, and we're super excited about that. All the bards are here. Everyone's doing their best to keep going with these adventures, no matter what's going on with the holidays or some illnesses, and it's appreciated. We are also changing our setup a bit with some new microphones. So hopefully our sound will be coming through perhaps a little more clear, perhaps a little more consistent. And those of you watching on video, you might notice that we've got gigantic microphone stands out of the way. So the players are going to see each other a little bit better. And already they're decidedly uncomfortable about this. And we'll see how things go. We are currently playing in our sci-fi campaign. We are using the Mutant Chronicles 3rd Edition rule system. All you need to know is that players are rolling a couple dice to try and hit a target number. They can spend points that they earn called momentum to get extra dice to increase their chances, but I can also earn threat myself to use against them with the bad guys and their dice. Let's get a quick introduction of our characters. We have Professor Fineglass.
Well, when he's not in patina sleep, he's bossing things around and kicking ass.
Is he? Then we have our mechanic, the android Script.
I am Script, a tall, hairless android mechanic with some other skill sets.
And we have our soldier of the group, a rhinoceros named
Zoma. Warrior, soldier, prophet, and occasional carrier of mushrooms.
And we have a four-eyed cloaked mystic by the name of Velu.
Velu Igama. I stay in contact with the light and support those around me as best as I can.
And the doctor, both trauma and psychological rehabilitation, Dr. Pastuza.
Pilsner Pastuza. Doctor to the stars.
I like that. And the last and certainly least is we have the pilot, human pilot, by the name of Ash.
Yeah, my name's Ash Shimmerhorn. I'm the pilot of the group. I'm also more of the heart that keeps everyone together. You could think of me the glue that keeps us all bonded. I think that really is the best thing that everyone feels. They know that without me, they would be nothing. Right?
Uh-huh.
Right?
Yep.
Yeah, see? Told you. Right?
And with that, let's get a quick recap of what happened last time on our adventure from Seth.
You're on.
Hello! Last episode, we started with Script and Velu trying to herd the rescued prisoners into the shuttles that are left, and they're left in a zero gravity situation. Got a little shaky at times. On the other side of the base, Ash, Pastuza, and Zoma explode into Dr. Gibbs' lab, and they hooskow a scientist for their bidding and try to shut down the inhumane experiments going on there, creating a void in the process. Some crazy tentacled monsters crawl out of it. Ash nearly eats it in the act of loot grabbing, and the whole team does get off the base, and it's left in shambles. Dr. Gibbs escapes safely as well, so awesome. And in a stinger, there's a patented Game Master Tom foreshadowing of an ominous villain. And that, my friends and foes, is where the adventure begins.
It is 2 weeks since the incident at the facility aboard the asteroid. Our prophets have returned not only from that asteroid, but all the way back to their home planet of Haven.
Crap. Got
All-
some explaining to do.
All 6 of you are in the briefing room in the Citadel, the home of the prophets. This is a tiered, almost like a college classroom with multiple desks or rows of desks with computer terminals. Back in the days when there were 30 or 40 prophets that might get together at a time. And then there are 3 seating positions up on a raised stage where multiple leaders of the prophets would be. These days, there's a lot fewer prophets. And it's just the 6 of you in a circle looking up at the stage at one of the desks where Captain Valencia, your leader, is looking at his computer and entering some of the details you have just passed on to him. He looks and thinks, contemplates what you've been saying, and then asks to you, Professor, and you have been out of your patina sleep
Yeah.
for a while,
Yeah.
soon after the recovery. He says, so, Professor, you get out of the facility. The facility is in shambles. This Dr. Gibbs has gotten away, but you have rescued 24 civilians. In particular, you have this corporate fellow that you acquired. What exactly happened with him once you brought him back to the Ark-Rise station?
Well, we treated all of them the same. They were all victims, we could say, of the Dr. Gibbs.
You say that, but Agent Zoma, you keep implying that there was something more going on and you had to deal with this Victor Rizzo, VP of Clover Technologies. What exactly happened there? And we are now back 2 weeks earlier aboard the Ark-Rise. We are in some sort of deep hidden warehouse area you guys have relocated. You have this well-dressed guy in an amazingly expensive suit that is now bedraggled and torn, and I think blood spattered. You have him all alone sitting on a chair with some construction spotlight on him. There's no one else around except the 6 of you, and he's like, I don't answer to you.
You will
I'm the victim here.
You will answer every one of their questions, or you will start answering mine.
I demand a lawyer, and I know.
He breaks one of his fingers.
Ah!
What?
Start talking. What happened?
We handle. Don't hurt me anymore. We handle scum of the earth. You should appreciate that. You're lawmen, right?
Script. Hand me your tweezers.
No, I'm talking.
Talk fast.
You're outside your jurisdiction, but I provide services of making sure prisoners are locked down and keeping the Alliance safe. The work that you do, I handle those people. It's not just done whenever you do the arrest. There's people and companies like mine that have to deal with the end results. Private prisons are the solution. And sometimes there are other opportunities to keep our doors going and the lights on.
Yes, let me have this, Zoma.
All right. Someone backs off.
Victor, while we appreciate the work you do to help keep our space safe from these criminals, we are more interested in this side work that you are doing with them.
I don't know what you've heard, but again, I have important lawyers, and I now have On record, you saw it, he says, pointing at the Dr. Pastuza. He injured me intentionally. You have to abide by that, and I demand to be taken to the most expensive first-class travel out of here, back to my corporate headquarters immediately.
Well, you can
Hey!
make, you can make demands.
Pastuza pulls his pistol and clocks it to the guy's crotch.
Whoa! Wait, no.
This is your one-way ticket out of here. Start answering questions.
Okay. No, it's all right. I got
right,
this.
Prophet?
Hey, buddy. Ash walks up and kind of lifts the gun out of the guy's crotch, just kind of gives it back to Dr. Pills. Bang! Listen, buddy, we're not trying to get all bad cop on you in here, right? There's a lot of stress going on. We've had a rough day. You were there for that. Do you need a coffee? I can get you a coffee. Hey, Script, will you get us a coffee?
I will not.
He's gonna get you a coffee.
Not a chance.
Listen, we're not gonna bust your balls. Probably.
I'm gonna bust this man's balls.
Zoma knows you've got a lot of fingers. He's been counting them down. But I'll tell you what, though. We're not here to do that. Like you said, we're all busy. We've got other places to go. It doesn't have to be right here, right now. We just got like 6 or 7 questions. You can give us those questions, and we're gonna get off your back about it. Won't even be that hard. We don't need to keep fighting this out. You know what? Can we turn on the lights in here, by the way? Like, that one light is just obnoxious. Am I right, buddy? Am I right? It's okay. Come on, let's turn the lights on. We're all friends in here.
I tell you, I'm innocent. 2 weeks later, back at the Citadel debriefing room, Valencia turns to the prophets standing before him and says, "So you mentioned in your report a former scientist at this facility who you rescued, someone named Elizabeth Lowry. What was her situation when you found her?" I was fucking confused.
It's been a long time. It's been just about 2 weeks.
This
Doctor
was the scientist with you guys,
Yeah.
I believe.
Dr. Lowry did not seem to be participating in the more devious experiments of the rest of them. She seemed to be a good human being as far as they go.
And what exactly, you've given me some notes, but what exactly did she have to say? You are now 2 weeks later in a apartment that you have rented, a slightly nicer hotel room, and she and several people are there, some of the people you've rescued.
2 weeks
And
later or earlier?
2 weeks ago.
Okay.
2 weeks ago, back in Arc Rise Station, you have just rescued these folks. She is helping organize some people, making sure they're comfortable, and she goes into the small kitchenette with you, Script, and Dr. Pastuza. Well, I can't thank you enough. And to answer your question, he's guilty. That Rizzo guy, it's the one of the main reasons why I got put where I was put. Dr. Gibbs is just bringing in every single person he could get his hands on. There was something about the psyche of the person, or some sort of energy that he kept to himself, and through channeling power, and would pull out some sort of energy from them, and is very secretive about it. He could get his power cycle going. It was all about getting that power and making it sellable to other markets. But we needed more than just volunteers, and it started to get more aggressive and more aggressive. And then it became a deal with this company. And the next thing we know, we have regular prisoners coming and just being dropped off. And he's absolutely guilty.
And that is the vice president.
Yes, of Clover Technologies. Those dozen or so guys that are in that other shuttle. Those are all prisoners, condemned for one reason or the other. But I'm sure they didn't sign up to be killed, and that's exactly what happens to everyone. Some even worse than that. Some would end up modified, and Gibbs would take them somewhere. And I put up resistance, and then he said, well, then I'm next.
We came just in the nick of time for you then.
And I am grateful. Captain Valencia, back in the briefing room 2 weeks later, turns to you, Ash. So, this Lowry, Dr. Lowry, she says that the prisoners came from Clover Technologies, and we'll definitely look into that. But what exactly did you all do with those prisoners, as they did not come back with you here to the Alliance territory?
You're going to love this part.
Jumping to 2 weeks earlier, back at Ark Rise, and Ash is with Velu, and the two of you are overseeing 12 prisoners as we finally see what happened to them. You are in a deep part, a recess of a maintenance section of this station. There's no one around for quite a distance. And what do you do?
We can't fit any more into this airlock.
Have we even looked up to see exactly what their crimes were? Because maybe one could push the others, or perhaps we could just spread them out a little bit. Taking turns, perhaps?
They're all being experimented on.
Right now. Are you doing an experiment right now, Vela? We talked about this.
Oh, not anymore.
Ah, you guys are all fairly scared. I could see it.
Would
Joke's
it not
on
be
you.
best to leave them here.
Well,
They'll have
no.
to wander.
This is going to be a present. Hang on a second. Come with me.
There's a guy banging on some airlock window door. Let us out, asshole!
No, we'll be right back. Wait, we're not the ones fully in charge here.
We have no official charges against these individuals.
That's also true, which is why we can't hold you very long. So I gotta go.
Where are they going?
Gotta go talk to a friend of ours on station. And Ash will bring up the chief of security on the station and let him know
All right.
that
buddy.
You bring him up, and his face appears on your little wrist screen, and he goes, "Oh, you're back."
we're back. And I don't like to say things like "you've got a presence," but I did want to say you're welcome. You're about to be a hero. We've got 12 prisoners that were wrongfully captured and taken to a secret base not far from here that you get to return home.
So the present that you bring me that makes me a hero is you're dropping off prisoners at my station?
Yes.
How come every time you try and help me here, I end up in a crappier position than when you first started the conversation?
Well, I think you're thinking a little short-sighted here. Let me explain what's happening.
Do you know how many people are in the station who are already criminals? How many different small criminal organizations exist? And you just added thugs to fuel their members.
Oh, I didn't do that. Not yet, at least. They're locked up in an airlock at the moment. We could just let them go. But I don't know if that's how you want the report to go down. Here's my
And
thought.
what airlock did you put them in?
Hey, Vela, which one is that?
I didn't put them in an airlock. You told me not to.
Which airlock did I tell you not to put them into?
Number 3.
Number 3.
Number 3?
Yeah.
We don't use any of those old airlocks. Those get vented every hour on the hour.
When you say vented, is that like they're just opened all the time? That doesn't seem healthy.
You hear him put his microphone aside. All right, see if engineering can stop any venting immediately.
Hey, I'm gonna call you back. We just want to make sure that I see it's like 1:55 your local time. I want to make sure that everything's gonna be okay on this end.
Well, wait a minute. He gets cut off. You guys return to airlock 3 and find it is completely empty.
Was the door opened inside?
2 weeks later, Valencia says, so what exactly happened to those prisoners, Ash?
We released them to the custody of the security team, as we do not have official jurisdiction in the frontier, and we wanted to make sure that we followed exact protocols.
That was a good decision. as he types away some sort of notes and then raises one eyebrow at you again. Well, you've all done a good job. This started as something a little sketchy, and you were able to find the source of the matter. And now you have stopped what would have been a dangerous proposition for the Alliance and other regions. You have also brought to light some exposure on this company that's running these for-profit prisons that we will also be looking into. This is what I've wanted. This is what I need you to be doing. So for your first significant mission you have struck out on as Lance 2, that's a good job all around.
Hey, high five, everyone. Huh?
Uh,
High five. Sorry.
fi-
Sorry.
Shh.
Shh, don't wake me. 5 more minutes.
Spyglass is quite speechless, honestly. Well, thank you for the accolade, Captain.
The situation on Yenvis that
There's
was
no mention. Excuse me.
the situation on Yenvis that was brought up while you were away is currently on hold. There's some political concerns. If those get lifted, I'll put you right on it again. There is a possible assignment coming soon. I will know shortly, perhaps in 2 days. So for now, you have leave for the next 48 hours, and I'll reach out when I have the next assignment for you. Any questions?
No, Captain. No, Captain.
He puts Velu's hand down for him.
Slaps it out of the air. Nope.
Very well, you're dismissed.
Thank
All
you,
right.
sir.
You all pile out. What do you say to each other once you leave?
Why
That
was
wa-
there no mention of the creatures in the report?
How come we're not in cuffs being led away?
Because we did a good job. Well done, everybody.
Yep.
Seriously, guys, what happened to those prisoners?
Yeah. So the creatures, Velu, absolutely were in the report. Absolutely. And Zoma, those prisoners were released to Arcry's security, as we have no jurisdiction and therefore could not make any sort of decisions regarding the outcome of those prisoners to be returned back to their obvious correctional facility that they came from.
He looks at Velu. You spaced that, didn't you?
Velu has like a single tear coming down. Everything's fine.
When he starts monologuing like that, it usually tells me.
He said it was for the lights.
Swallow the light.
Just ran down and hit every airlock button. Can't help myself. I get in
The elevator, just press all the buttons. All right, you guys disperse and have some time to yourself. In particular, I will pick at random Pastuza. You are pulled aside into the quartermaster's office here at Citadel headquarters, Quartermaster Creve. And Creve says, "Hey, Doctor, I've got some equipment for you. It's short list, not a lot coming through, but these might be of use to your team. So hand them out as you see fit."
Awesome.
And he gives you a small handful of 2 smoke grenades and a reinforced weave jacket that provides soak 1 to arms. And you cannot stack the soak, whatever has the most. And reinforced weave pants that have soak 1 to legs.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
I'm keeping my eye on whatever else I can get, and hey, you keep doing good work, then you start rising up in the eyes of the captain, and you get priority gear over the other lances. It creates a healthy work environment. Jesus, no, it doesn't. I just thought about that. That's not good.
Where do you get all this loot? Where do you get all this stuff?
It tends to be hand-me-downs from the Navy.
On Ludus Prime.
From the lances that didn't.
Yeah, just scoop out the stuff from the pants. They're all yours. We get hand-me-downs from the Navy, and our budget isn't like it used to be.
Okay.
And
well,
yeah, I know you guys traveling around in shuttles isn't ideal, but that's just the way it is.
it's all good. Where did that
Something's
shuttle we
all-
brought back? How's that looking? You fix it up? Pretty good for us?
It's already been taken by the
Fancy one?
Navy.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Thought we put our names on that.
Well, you did, but we painted over it and we gave it back
Oh,
to the Navy.
okay.
Hey, did they clean up the part where I looked at
Yeah,
the scene?
Ash is gonna pee. Ash is gonna cry a couple times over that. But don't worry.
All right.
Keep a lookout for a ship.
Professor, over the next 2 days, you have quarters here. As far as we know, this is your only home here at the Citadel. What do you do on your off time for 48 hours? In this glorious city, this is a city of blue sky, gorgeous shining lakes around a city of glass buildings, very well kept, very beautiful place. And in the middle is the Citadel, the tallest building of all. What do you do on your off time?
Yep. Professor wants to research those books that he helped broker
Oh,
back a few weeks ago on the Arcrise. He wants to see if there's any more information he can find out about those books.
okay.
He's a
Your freaking obsession.
he's a bibliophile.
I gotta get those books back.
I don't think we can say that.
It's a person fond of books now.
Oh. All right. And what about Zoma? What does he do on his off time?
Zoma is going to the firing range, testing out the Brass 1 rifle. He wants to talk to the sergeant at arms, maybe the quartermaster again, about restocking his grenades, see if there's anything new from the hand-me-downs or any new technology, maybe working with script in the warehouse or wherever he works.
Okay.
Helping him out with some stuff. Mechanical
My
things.
mouse is where's my mouse?
So has a little bit of mechanical experience with his weaponry and things like that. So he's just trying to
Make a lifestyle roll for me, please.
Lifestyle.
Difficulty 1.
rich and famous.
Is this
over
the
here.
first time we've done a
It
lifestyle roll?
is. As long as it's not red, that just means difficulty 1. Or does
No,
it have to be
if
a
it's
number?
red, that's a difficulty 2 because it means you have no.
But no number just doesn't mean
Yeah.
anything.
Right.
No expertise, man. No successes on that.
Sorry, I got nothing for you.
Yeah. All right, I'll go away.
And go ahead and get 1 momentum on the next shot you make in combat with that rifle for your training that you did. So
Okay.
keep that in mind. What about Velu? What does he do in his off time?
Velu's upset over the interaction with the creatures. He didn't see them per se, but he certainly felt them, and then that's his closest connection to anything of the other shade of the light. So he focuses. He spends some time in meditation. Finds himself pretty well restless, and decides to engage in some research over the movings and ongoings of the Clover Group.
Okay. Ooh, make an education roll. No difficulty, but nothing can be banked. This is just information.
You said education. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That is 1, 2, 3. So 1 success, 2 momentum.
Okay, you have gleaned some information that the Clover company definitely deals in prisoners and deals in security cameras and recording of security footage. So they're a multi-planetary security-based company. And with that much, you also know that they have just started branching out and offering services to special elite clientele of security protection services. Small bodyguard-like services is a new service that they offer, if that is of any value to you.
And anywhere in particular they seem to be directing their efforts?
Everything is absolutely within the Alliance, all the many worlds within the Alliance. So this was definitely a non-sanctioned adventure that they did with taking prisoners out to that facility you guys just came back from. Dr. Pastuza, what do you do?
Oh, Pastuza's kind of cleaning up his office, like his little medical office, and going out and like sampling some wares, going to some restaurants, and trying to live it up.
All right.
He invites his fellow team members, but nobody takes him up on it. Butts.
All right.
No, it's not you. It's me. We're very busy. We've got
he is curious though. He is going to spend some time with everybody individually, mostly Velu and Zoma, trying to help them out with their mental wounds.
Yeah, Zoma will be in the sick bay quite a bit.
Right.
And then is it safe to assume, I mean, it's been 2 weeks and some change, is it safe to assume we can clear all these
Clear the decks.
wounds and everything?
It is safe to assume that all stress is gone. That all mental wounds are healed, and all physical wounds, light and serious, are healed. Not necessarily critical, but I don't think we've taken a critical yet.
wow. Nice, the series are healed.
Significant.
Yeah.
Expected that to take some time.
Yeah. With your doctor Pastuza helping you, helping you heal at least one or two, I'm assuming on average per day, right, Seth?
Yeah.
And then it's been 10 days minimum. You guys should be all covered on the serious wounds. So I think we're good there. And I think that 10-day time frame pretty much just sums up all of last season's time frame that we had. All right, Script, what do you do?
Real quick,
Yes,
also
yes.
want to check with everybody how their gear's looking, and if anybody needs that a weave jacket or some weave pantaloons. Does anybody need?
What does the jacket do?
Soak one on your arms or legs.
I could use the arms. I have 0 soak on those, but everybody else is squishy. So
I have
I mean,
soap
everybody
on all of
should
them.
have
I
at
could
least.
use it on my legs.
So you got legs, you got arms.
Cool.
Nice.
Script actually, he has some PTSD from his time in the Navy, and the Arc Rise was very stressful for him. So he's been having a couple sessions with Dr. Pastuza, sitting down, chatting with him, trying to
Can we roleplay these?
kind of work out.
I would like to hear at least one exchange of a psychotherapy couch session of an android with a rat folk.
it's not your fault, you butt.
It's not your fault. It's not your fault.
Don't do me like that.
Something about apples. I am confused.
Cause fuck him. That's why.
So then the tentacle creature came out, and even though I did not see it, it scared me quite a bit.
Yeah,
And
scared you a little bit.
yes.
Huh.
Why do you sound patronizing?
What's this great, awesome therapist?
It's part of your therapy. To the stars.
Oh, you were scared, were you?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
let's go into that.
You saw what it did to your buddy Ash.
I did.
Assuming, yeah.
Yes, and it seemed very violent. We are prophets, and we are trying to stop these things, but it seems like they're getting ahead of us already. I feel like it might be hopeless.
You feel like life is hopeless, or you feel like our struggle as prophets is hopeless?
Yes.
You didn't answer my question.
Both.
Okay.
And then jump to your final treatment that you give him at the end of the session.
Well, I think you're all good, man.
I feel much better, thank you.
He just turned him off and on again. Hard reboot.
Yeah, so we've been doing that. There were also a matter of some tech points, but Script also likes to spend time between both Zoma, because they spent time in the military together, and he likes to spend time with Ash, because Ash helped him out of a very bad situation at one point in
So
time.
socially, you're talking about?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So when he's not kind of in his mechanics room doing mechanic stuff, he usually tries to find Zoma and or Ash to sort of pal around with,
Okay.
and he does a lot of shooting with Zoma and does a lot of whatever Ash does.
Yeah, no, we're talking graphic design right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Honestly.
Yeah.
No, he's just playing like that old wireframe trench run Star Wars game, arcade game that he practices on
But I
all
said
the time.
graphic design.
Speaking of Ash, what do you do on your off time?
I mean, you're not wrong. I do play a lot of simulators because that's how you get better all the time.
Well,
am
it's
I right?
farming simulator.
It's the best kind of simulator there is.
Keep sending invitations to all your friends.
You gotta keep your human roots.
Stardew Valley. Sorry.
But there's two other things I'm actually doing. One, I am taking Script out for some drinks. It's been a while since we've had to worry about saving some people, and it brought up a lot of wounds, a lot of war stories in there. But I also kind of want to share my PowerPoint with him a little bit, because I've been working these graphic designs for what we're going to call this new shuttle, right? And I'm still trying to get some votes. The polls are out right now. I've got Longenshots because it's a good tail, right? She's got a really beautiful long tail, really good stream. I think we get a good graphic out of that. Probably something like a bit of a dog, a long form. We've also got Hornswoggle, because Shimmerhorn, right? Dr. P, he gets it.
Oh, yeah.
It's more of a swagger, but I don't want to say it's just mine, right? It's all of us. We're a team. We're lads. So here's the one I'm really thinking about. Schmetterling. Right? It sounds fierce. It's a butterfly effect. It really has ripples that go out of it. I don't know. I think it's pretty deep. What do you think?
The
You think they could-
military took that shuttle back, right?
No.
Crushing dreams, subroutine complete.
we put our names on it. though. Like, we told them, hey, we own this. Like, I licked the steering wheel.
That is true, but they painted over it and gave it back to the military. I'm sorry, did you not know this?
No, you're making this up, right? This is
Speak to the quartermaster.
So,
I have to
so,
go.
so
There's
let's
something I
let's
need to
jump to
talk
the
to
therapy
Zoma
session
with.
between Ash and Dr. Fastouz.
I feel like I'm just a listen to. Like,
How do you treat that, Dr. Fastouz?
I told Quartermaster that
You're
you
all
were gonna have
Huh.
rough times.
I worked so hard. Did you see the colors? Look at the colors on the
It was
Schmetterling.
beautiful. We rode back in it. I was amazed at your capabilities.
Well, thank you. It's been a lot of practice. I did a lot of time in college. Are you sure they took that shit?
They did.
Oh, what is? How do you let go of something? How do you grieve? How do you let things just die?
How do I grieve, or how should?
I don't care about you.
And another successful therapy session with Dr. Pasuza. Join us next week.
That's 50 minutes.
To the stars.
Do you have the same insurance?
Dr. Pastuza's office, Doctors in the
How's that
Stars.
copay work?
It's just him with a different voice. I'll see if he's available.
Better call Saul.
It is good to be back home here in the city of Syracuse, breathing fresh air again and not the stale, recycled air of these different spaceships and stations you've been on. Also, during this time, you all at some point hear the latest broadcast over TVs or monitors wherever you're at, and it goes a little something like this. This is Nova News. Lead scythe of the Nova Rollers, Blake Chestington, just broke the record for most goals in a single game before being arrested. Caught on top of the Mickelson Tower celebrating his win, Chestington leapt off the tower in an anti-grav suit stunt, nearly falling to his death and landing on several onlookers. While being arrested for trespassing and endangering civilians, the goal scorer had this to say in his defense. Go Rollers! Eclipse domain ships have been harassing transports on the border between the Alliance and the Domain. While no ships have been destroyed, several have been delayed and property has been confiscated. The Domain ambassador reportedly said, "These steps are being taken for the protection of the Eclipse domain and its people. We must know what is coming and going between our borders." No other ships have been detained from other regions of space, only Alliance vessels. Finally, new information has come in from the deadly incident several weeks ago at Brightview Hospital. It has now been made clear that several hospital staff were also injured and killed in the incident. What was initially reported as police investigating the issue has now shown to be that it is the Prophets, the old law enforcement showpiece of the council, have been tracking down the criminals. Was this a violent patient gone rogue, or the act of eco-terrorists against modern medicine? I say, killer robots. It's always killer robots.
Hey.
When we caught a superior in the Prophets on the streets and asked him about the investigation, one Captain Valencia had this to say, "Get that camera out of my face." This has been Nova News. You spend your 2 days relaxing, doing your different tasks. During one of those the evening between day 1 and 2, we see the mystic of the group, Velu, in your quarters in the Citadel. It is a room that you share with Ash, and yet you have somehow been in charge of the design and look and feel of it, much to the dismay of Ash. What does this room look like that really symbolizes you and your lifestyle?
There's an excessive amount of round throw pillows.
Okay. Do you use that to attack him at night with your telekinetic powers?
Every now and then.
Butterscotch.
You wake up and it's over you, just hovering right over your face. You just hear, "One day." All right. Well, you are sleeping all alone as Ash is out with Script somewhere.
It would have been so good.
You are all alone, resting. It is late at night. The lights are low. And you hear a chime sound, a little wind chime tinkling sound. For a moment, you, as you start to blink your many eyes, you think it's the door chime, someone wanting to get in, but then you hear the chime again and the chime again. It's starting to grow just a little louder, and it reminds you of your Mystic Temple training sound, and it grows and grows. Through the darkness, you can see a light appearing just off of the door, a light within the room. You look around and see there is, again, no Ash and no one else here. And then you start to see, in the corner by this door in your quarters, a form appear, a humanoid form start to materialize, made of a glowing white light, almost ghostly, and then becoming more and more solid. A robed figure dressed just like you, an alien with a cone-shaped head with arms crossed, takes just a step or two into your room and stands there, maybe like 20% translucent. You can just barely see through him. You recognize him as someone important from your temple, with the title of the Eye. And as he speaks, there is another light that is appearing beside him. And he says, "The Eye has sought you and found you, Velu."
What does the eye want with me?
He steps slightly to the side, and another figure appears. This is a shorter figure, a short human, a lady. And she also has her arms crossed, also dressed in the same robe as you do, and she steps in and sees you and nods. And she speaks, and again, slightly translucent, and says, "The line connects all things, including you, Velu." And as she speaks, there is another light and form appearing next to her. A third form appears. It is a, what is it? Arkoi, I believe is how we pronounce that.
Arkoi.
Which is Professor Fineglass's mushroomy-like race. And this is a person also with their arms crossed and a big medallion around his neck. And when he steps in, he speaks and says, "The pool gathers all and must know more." And he nods at you as well, Velu. These three high members of your temple, not necessarily the leadership, but important figures off to the side of your faith.
What's gonna happen? It's so quiet. Hey, Baylor, are you okay in there?
Bang, bang, bang! No.
Let me in, please.
I've wet myself.
I'm so tired.
I don't see a sock on the door.
Can you just throw out a tiny pillow? Maybe two.
The figures are like fading in and out.
We'll wait.
I've heard what you've said, but I am still confused as why now you would reach out to me.
The eye speaks, the cone-headed alien with his arms crossed, and he says, I have detected that something has changed. Something unknown that has now become somewhat known. I do not know what it is, but I know that it is not small, and that this something, is now in motion.
The Eye is watching. Then you must know of the creatures who have come through.
The pool speaks. We believe that it is more than just these creatures. It is something larger. The human woman known as the Line, she speaks. We know that you have a connection, strong connection, with the prophets. And you have sworn allegiance to the Alliance and the prophets. And that you have left our temple in many ways, but still have a connection to us. But we are here to tell you that matters may be changing. And this is a warning to you that any oath you have made to the prophets, any bonds you have made to the Alliance, and to your allies and friends may need to be broken, or the fate of the entire galaxy may be at stake. Are you with us still, Velu?
I am always of the sphere. But you know these oaths do not come easily, nor are they broken in just a fashion. What you ask would have to be dire, and right now I do not see that as being so.
Then we are then the door slams open and they are shattered and dispersed into a small puff of glass as ash comes bursting in.
You couldn't hear me at all. I just wanted the red one. The red one's my favorite. I like the blue one too, but I just need something to fall down on. Did you hear that they took the Schmetterling? Man, I was so excited.
Are you
The
drunk?
seat smelled like butter. Yeah, I'm a little buzzed. Yeah.
It is another day. You have all been gathered by Captain Valencia. Actually, before that happens, there's some work that's been done by Script, and Script is finally putting these tech points to use.
Yes.
Did you hear about the smell of the I need another beer.
Ash, get it together.
You don't know me.
What? You went out without me again?
You were shooting your guns.
That doesn't mean I can't shoot liquor.
Yeah.
You just add that WAV file.
That's a standing ovation for Script.
I've been working on his humor.
That was an ovation.
That was funny.
Chuckle complete. Script.
Yeah.
You have been you've accessed some tech points in our system. You can gather information throughout our adventures. You gathered a bunch at this research station.
Yeah, there were 4 total.
Well, it's huge. You get to make a roll.
Yeah.
A mechanics roll, I believe. Where is he? Yep.
Yep.
Mechanics roll. And I actually had the system here. I think it's... What's the difficulty that we put? Tech cards. There we go. Requires manager how to gain tech cards. Tech points. Mechanics difficulty 1 roll. You must burn all your tech points, and then for each momentum that you get, extra success you get is an additional tech point, and all of these tech points give you tech cards. And these tech cards are cool one-time uses. You can hand out to anyone you want, maximum of 2 per hero.
Yeah. So if I understand that correct, I'm going to have to burn all 4 of my tech points at one time.
Right, and if you fail, they're all wasted.
Right, and I don't get any of the tech stuff.
Correct. And if you succeed, barely, you get 4 huge cards. And for each extra momentum, you get an additional card.
Oh, so for each as long as I get 1 success, I get all of.
Yeah.
Well, oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna spend a hero point and
There you
start with a 1.
Okay.
I'm gonna give you a threat, and I'm gonna roll an extra die
All right.
because I love these
Yeah.
points. So that's 3 dice that I'm rolling then.
Yes.
All right. So that's two successes to start because I have focus and expertise, and fortunately, as a natural engineer, I may re-roll a single d20 that did not generate a success on the initial roll, but I must accept the new roll. Yeah, because I'm going to do that because I failed all the other ones there.
Oh no.
And I got another 1, so that is 4 total successes.
All right.
So,
Success and 3 momentum.
yeah, success and 3.
I think what we're going to do, I'm going to make a change. Sorry. We're going to do for every 2 momentum is another tech card.
Okay.
So that gives you 1 additional tech cards. That's 5 cards. You have 3 that are already in your presence, and then the next 2 from the draw pile.
And I have access to all of these now to hand out.
Yep. And then when you're done with that, draw 3 more to refresh your hand.
Okay.
Cool. Nice job.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
You're so clever.
And who already has a card right now?
Ash has got one.
Pastuza.
I have
and
used one.
Fineglass. And he's right now reading what he's got. And what are you handing to? We can just say the name.
It is a instant wall
Okay.
to
Small black rectangle that
to
can
Zoma.
be tossed.
And you
No,
give it. Give it.
Oh, sorry.
We'll surprise him when it happens.
Tossed.
He's in his
I'm gonna
ring
give.
Yeah.
No!
Thought
Actually,
suppository.
I'm gonna give Velu a luck pulse, and we'll hand that
What?
to Velu.
A luck pulse. This
luck
is
pulse.
like an injection you can put into you.
Interesting.
We're gonna give. I'm gonna actually keep 1, and then
A little 1 for you, 1 for me action always going on over there.
I'm gonna give a stim to
Fineglass.
Mr. Patina
Professor
sleep.
Fineglass, and I'm gonna give an encouragement pulse to Dr. Pastuza,
Ooh, gracias.
All right.
and I'm keeping the morphing mask for myself.
Morphin time.
Mighty morphine. What?
This mask is great.
To the stars.
And then I pull 3 more cards now.
For
I have,
your hand.
2 of these now.
Oh, is it the same thing?
Yeah.
Oh, really? That's funny.
He knew what you needed.
Ooh.
Do you want to try
I
that?
like these.
I'm gonna if it's okay.
I
I'm
don't
gonna
care.
give one of
It's
these.
yours. You do whatever you want with yours. If you don't appreciate my gifts,
It gives you the guilt pulse.
And as the backup healer, I feel like it would be
yeah, that's fine.
good.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I'm not bitter about that at all.
I don't care. Talk about it in the next therapy session.
There you go.
Twat.
Stop being a twat.
All right, you guys have gathered that equipment from Script, who's been in the workshop here at the Citadel working on it all. Nice work. And then you guys are all gathered in a briefing room. You've been called by Captain Valencia. He is always gravelly looking, rarely making eye contact, and you believe his wonderfully positive demeanor, as best as he can get from 2 days ago, is quickly gone. He is in the briefing room. There is another man next to him, sitting lazily on one of the chairs, briefing chairs, who also has the rank of captain and is a member of the City of Syrcos Police. And as you guys come in,
I didn't do it.
Valencia says, "Take a seat. This is Captain Fecklin of the Syrcos.
What was that?
Of the Syrcos Police."
Feckland?
Fecklin nods.
Uh-huh.
It's come down from on high that there's some important work that Fecklin needs done. He and I go way back, and you're going to be working with him for the next foreseeable future. Fecklin has some work that needs to be done to bring down a criminal, and I'll let him bring you in on the details. This Fecklin guy is a human looking rather disheveled and in not in an official police uniform, but more civvy clothes with a ill-fitting suit. And he doesn't even stand up. He just leans over in his chair looking down on you and says, "All right, so we've got word of some drugs, a lot of drugs that have been passing around into the Alliance the last couple months. I'm sure you've heard of them if you live up to any of the reputation that I've heard of you prophets. And we've been getting more of it here in the city of Syrcos. We believe a larger shipment has arrived to a man named Tenko. And I've been after this man for some time, and it's my determination that we will bring him down. I've been assured that with your capabilities, you might be able to assist me in finally making this happen. This deals with vice, this deals with drugs, this deals with guile, this deals with undercover. And my understanding is that you are new to this kind of work. So you're going to do exactly as I say, and then we'll take this Tenko down." Valencia speaks up. "My men can handle themselves. They know what they're doing. It's my operation, and they'll be following my orders." And he waves away your hand, Velu.
They don't seem very friendly.
No, he's not.
Valencia speaks up and actually interrupts him. "There have been leaks within the Syrcos police." And you see the Captain Fecklin is not happy on hearing that. "This has been making it difficult to nail down this Tenko fellow. So my boss and his boss, coming again from on high, want to keep things quiet outside this room and bring in some fresh faces that the police force don't know on sight. And if any of you have connections with Tenko's men or any dirty credits in your accounts, I'll tell you right now that... And Valencia is pissed off. That's enough. These are prophets. My men will follow you. They will do the job. But you don't question them, especially not here in the Citadel. Well, prophets or not, I'll be the judge of how they do and who they are. Valencia looks at you, Velu. You had a question?
I was concerned about leads from this point, but there seemed to be some confusion on my end.
Confusion already, and we haven't even begun.
Clarification, more or less.
I'll give you the details in just a minute.
Very well.
Valencia looks at the rest of you. Any questions about the hierarchy of things? You will be reporting directly here to Captain Fecklin. Report back to me any details. Once you have completed this assignment to his satisfaction, he will release you back here to me.
I'm sure it will go swimmingly.
Fecklin, then, I'll leave you to your briefing. Valencia gets up and leaves. He walks over to you, Dr. Pastuza, and says quietly in your ear as he goes out, keep him happy and get the job done. And watch yourself. Fecklin won't hesitate to burn whatever bridges he needs to get the job done.
Do you trust him?
I trust he's a loyal cop. I don't trust that he's a good one.
Roger.
He walks out.
As he walks out, Zoma just goes, "Don't worry, Captain. You can count to 10.
He stops at the door and then keeps going. Fecklin comes up and stands up on stage and brings up his generic Microsoft PowerPoint on a big screen above. And you see a picture of a thumb-headed being. Big, like a triangular body, torso, big broad shoulders, no neck, and just a big thumb-shaped head with overly large-size eyes. And he says, "This is Tenko. He's early 40s in comparative human years. He retired very young, just a few years ago, and says his successful theater operation has led him to a life of luxury, and I would not count on that. We have tracked multiple small drug deals through to him from small-time dealers and believe him to be a primary source. And I have no interest in catching him on anything small. I want to catch him on something big. And we have word that he recently got a big shipment, and this seems the right time. This right here," and he clicks another button, and he brings up a button of a shot, an internal shot of some sort of nightclub type place. And it looks like a cross between a nightclub and a very dark water park with blue water everywhere. He says, this is his place that he owns. It's called Journey's Wave. It's a liquid theater. I'm sure you've all been to one. And he holds court there. He's very cautious and protective. So I hope you've got some excellent undercover experience. He says, looking at Zoma and then Ash.
What was the name of that place?
Journey's Way.
It's right there on the PowerPoint.
Is it the one on Deep Side?
He nods.
Or in the sticks?
He ignored you. Moving on. Tenko has connections with multiple ships off planet and ships between systems. It's one of his excellent ways of getting the drugs in and out. The drug itself is escape, or as they call it, scape. If you haven't run into it much yet, and I'm hoping you have some experience, it gives the user a sense of euphoria and bliss. Lasts about an hour or two at the most, and then leaves them revved up, a little hyper. And they tend to like that. You'll see some people use it in some sort of performance sense to get some big rush going. But over time, it does cause skin degradation and some long-term heart issues, and is something we absolutely need to get off the streets.
Does Script know what effect it would have on him?
You choose. Make a medicine roll.
So that's a difficulty 2 because I don't have any skill set whatsoever in it.
If it's an advanced skill.
Yeah, and it is. It was 1-6. No.
All right.
I failed.
No idea. Tenko has multiple meetings with low-level dealers all the time, but he's never been directly connected again to these big deals himself. His most nefarious low-time dealer is a man named Azanor. For whatever that's worth.
Why should this Tenko get into big deals now?
That I don't know. He must have been building something up. We have an informant I'll mention in a bit who's passed on information that a big shipment's come in. And we don't want this delivery of scape getting throughout the city. If it's already here, we need to take him down and get the drugs off the street. This will ruin thousands of lives.
Are we likely to see this Azanor in Journey's Wave?
I don't know. That information of where he's at, I don't know. All I have is his name and then this picture, and he shows a picture of a strange guild-looking fellow. Guild. Gilled. Yeah. What we need to do is to get Tenko to admit to doing a deal for the drugs in exchange for money. We need him in possession of the drugs and handing them off while taking possession of the money. It's harder to nail him if an associate of his is doing the transaction. It's harder to prosecute. But if that's what happens, that's what happens. I have available 250,000 credit chips. These are acquired by me at great expense. Almost 250,000! As soon as I said it, I regretted it. This is taxpayer money. We want to make sure we do not lose this money. But it is available. I can also provide these. And he opens up a box and says, I believe there's a doctor amongst you, and throws it at Professor Fineglass.
Sking.
You open up Fineglass and see some strange-looking eye contacts with little circuitry inside.
I toss them over to Pilsner.
Thank you.
These are ocular recording implants, good for about 5 days of power. Also expensive, we'll also need them back. 2 pairs. 2 pairs! They must be working as a pair.
Have they been used before?
They have?
Wash those, Doctor.
Yeah, who are you talking to? Of course.
We also have a confidential informant named Iggy. Seth is already giving
Oh, man.
sound.
First Iggy.
All right. He's been busted many times with contraband. A known smuggler, also a known drug trafficker, small time, and an associate of Tenko. But Iggy works for us now. Iggy can set up a possible meet with Tenko and can create a connection between you and Tenko. He runs a small store called Isidore's Screens. He's under our thumb, but don't trust him.
Isidore screens.
Isidore's Screens. Why is that making you laugh?
Isidore Screens?
Door.
I know what I said.
It's hard to come up with names out of a Home Depot pamphlet.
Now I'll have to stay on the sidelines watching over. I'll be keeping an eye on the operation, but I don't want to risk drawing attention of Tenko to me. So you need to keep me updated every step of the way.
How do we do that?
You've got communication gear, don't you?
But if you want to stay off the sidelines,
I'm on the sidelines. I'm not involved in the mission. Does everyone else get this? Inform this doctor later then.
Yes, Cat.
We'll just pretend we have a film crew following us around as direct feed to you at all times. How about that?
Cut to the cutaway. Well, I didn't like how he spoke to me, and I'm going to get him in the back room, and I'm going to... Anyways. So I'll handle any large decisions and keep me in the loop, but I don't want Tenko getting his eyes on me. Because one more thing. Tenko, when I said he retired as he's a former Circos police officer. He dealt with stolen vehicles, stolen ship transports. He knows procedures and he knows police. He has connections. So this has to be a lock-solid case. We want prosecution to go really well on him. I've been trying to nail Tenko for a while now, so don't screw this up. I can make things very difficult for the prophets here in the city. And you don't want that. So let's all be friendly, looking at you, Professor. And let's work together for a change. And let's get this done.
Captain Feckler.
What did you say? Just my name sounds so offensive. Fecklin.
You've not been able to crack this case yet, and now you're asking for our help. Yet threatening us at the same time.
Oh, I see the confusion. I'm not asking for your help. You're assigned to me, and you're taking orders from me, and we're going to get the job done. You are the right tool for the job, and I will use the tools as I see fit. I'm assured you're professionals. I am assured you're loyal. And that's what the city needs. Can you rise to that challenge, Professor? I think you can.
did you serve with Tenko?
I have in the past.
Why is he no longer police?
According to him, he came into money from some family, and he struck it rich with his club. From me, all of that's a front, and he's been dealing with illegal goods and drugs for a while now.
Maybe.
As we're getting dismissed, Zoma just takes a look at script. Don't forget, Captain. A poor worker blames his tools. And he walks out.
All right. As Zoma leaves, any of you have any questions? Zoma comes back in and sits down.
Yes, which way to the...
The door was locked.
Sorry, Ash Shimmerhorn, Lance 2. Question, Captain.
No.
Of the prophets.
Not his
Of the
catchphrase.
Long-time listener, first-time caller. When you need us to be undercover, do we need to change our physical appearance necessarily, or are we talking just outfits?
Again, I've been assured that you are experienced undercover operators. That is what I've been led to believe.
And how do you feel now that you've been talking to us?
My assurances level is dropping.
Oh my god.
I'm losing confidence in you, and he looks at your name, Ash, and you, Patty. But I'm having confidence in the robot.
The robot.
And you, robed guy with no name. I think you two can deliver.
What did you call me?
What questions do you have about this assignment? I want to know what your plan of action is going to be next. Let's hear what that is now, right after this break. So we're going to take our break right now, and we will be right back and see what happens next. Thanks again for joining us here at the Bards. Don't forget you can join us on our Discord and chat with other fans of the show. We also have individual channels for each adventure where you can chat about what you just heard, put together your thoughts, or share all the terrible, terrible feedback and reviews you have about our awesome acting. Go for it. We'd love to hear from you on our Discord channel. And also you can support the show on patreon.com/IngloriousSbards. We certainly appreciate all the help that we get, and all of that and more can be found on our website, IngloriousBards.com. You guys spend the next hour or so talking, coming up with some plans and some strategies, and you're still in the briefing room, and Captain Fecklin is there and says, all right, quiet down. Now tell me, what have you got? What's your plan of attack?
Professor, you want to
I'm not talking to you.
All right.
Who are you talking to?
Not you either. Anyone on the left side of the room, including you, the mystic, but no one to your right over there. I would love to hear your thoughts.
Captain Fecklin. This is, as you know, a highly sensitive task that you've given us. We'll keep you apprised of our moves as we make them. But I think for your own safety and well-being, since you are so close to this situation, we are going to keep our moves under wraps.
Oh, I don't think I like that.
We'll let you know when we've accomplished.
Well,
the
wait a
mission.
minute. Make a roll, please. A persuade roll. It's not persuade. Yes, it is. Persuade.
Persuade.
Just like we talked about,
Right there.
Professor.
There we go.
Difficulty 2.
Okay. Forgot how I need to have lower than my number.
Equal to or lower.
Okay. So I get to re-roll 1. Is that intelligence? No, that's personality.
Speak up.
Hold on. Fuck. I don't have it.
No, I need information now. What's your plan? Where are you going to go first? Who are you going to talk to?
Can we over here speak yet?
I mean, we got a pretty good idea, Captain. It's not a bad one.
I think that sums up a lot of Bard experiences right there. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead. No, it's your idea.
Oh, my
Well-
God.
You're going to love this. No, listen. Go ahead.
We're gonna hit the street like a old-fashioned surveillance crew.
Surveillance crew, right?
We're gonna have 3 people go in
Only
as
3. Though.
contacts as a buyer,
Rest of us are going to be hidden. No, you're not going to
and
see
the
us.
rest of us are gonna survey and look for any cracks going on, and then look for anything like maybe who's watching the infiltration team.
Tell them about the heavy. Tell them about the heavy. You're going to love this part.
Yeah, we have a heavy.
Yeah, right over there, right? He's going to be a backup, like a security guard.
We're gonna send Professor in.
The money, right? Because he's trying to sell things. He's trying to get distribution out there. But distributors can't just have product. They have to buy their own product, right? But who do they sell it to? Who do they sell it to, Dr. P? Who do they sell it to?
Everybody.
Everybody, right? He needs to sell it to everybody. So he can't have just a little bit. He can't have just a sum. He needs a big chunk. And you know where you get the big chunks? Where do you get the big chunks, Dr. P?
You get them from the source.
You get them from the source. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to go in. He's going to be the distributor. We're going to talk to the source. We're going to get Tenko in there. We're going to get escape directly from him. But not all of us, right? Because 3 of us are hidden. He's going to go in there. He's going to get the escape. We're going to have the whole thing recorded because he's going to have one of those fancy little eye
I
buttons.
think that's enough, Ash. I think he gets the idea.
Yeah, right? Right? You're welcome.
Simple snatch and grab, B&E, SMG, take and shake.
BDSM.
We were doing so well.
I like it. Agent Ash, I like your approach to
What's
this.
that?
I like it.
What'd you call it?
Agent Ash.
Okay.
That's his name.
It's right here on my badge, though. It's every time.
All right, everyone listen up. Agent Ash, he's running lead on this now. You're back on my good list.
We all openly laugh.
Shut up, you guys! Come on!
No. Great idea. Continue. With your wise split, Captain.
All right, I look forward to your next update. Go get him. Yeah.
Yeah!
And then he walks out.
Excelsior.
Is Professor looking as disappointed as you are, Tim?
I hate the police so much.
Guess what? You can hate yourself now.
We're just
We're
we're
not
stepping in
police.
because the police can't do this.
Or because they're doing it the whole time. Or we're trying to get it stopped, right?
Never seen a more pro-rap stash hole in my life.
A what?
Oh, what?
Pro-rap stash hole.
I heard him say it a second time, which still didn't make sense.
Don't show him a picture.
That wasn't in the PowerPoint.
All right.
Well, let's go back to base. Get get some civilian clothes on, and we can mark out where we're all gonna be.
Yep. I'll work on getting the details for credits as needed, and we already have the eyepieces as we have to go for those.
All right, you guys, after an hour or so, are visited by your quartermaster, Creve, and he brings over a reinforced suitcase, bulletproof suitcase, with 250,000 credits in there, and a bunch of chits, certified chits, so you can use smaller denominations if necessary. Not just one little chit rattling around. I dropped it.
It's not like futuristic thumb drive kind of cryptocurrency kind of thing.
It kind of is,
Oh, kind of is. Okay.
Put it in a big briefcase.
but in a big briefcase.
But you can
Adding just one centerpiece.
only hold so many credits in one.
Yeah, there's only so many zeros that digitally it gets heavy. Yeah, there are the thumb
It's
drive.
250,000 thumb drives inside of one.
There's thumb drive.
Non-sequential.
50 million in 50s. 20 million in 20s.
You have your private cred chip that you can slide that has your ID and your money on it as necessary. But these
We
are
don't have
certified that can be used between people that need to do other
Drug
things.
deals?
Yes. Yes.
Encrypted.
All right, so you guys have the money.
250,000 ways to lose the money.
You have civilian clothes that you can use for whatever
You guys want to go to
purposes.
the casino?
Back to our tribe.
No one ever know.
He's counting cards like a madman.
So once we're all decked out, dressed up, changed a little bit, Ash isn't going to necessarily go for the alternate dimension Fu Manchu, but there's definitely going to be a little bit of the facial hair, maybe a little mutton chop action, little bit of sideburn, maybe just a little patch, just a little patch.
Zoma's kind of picturing
Interesting.
Biff and his henchmen from Back to the Future 2 vibes.
All right.
Not leather, but like futuristic steel and.
Scripts wearing a
McFly!
wig.
Yeah.
McFly, get over here!
I told you.
So, Fine Glass, Professor, you're on point. You're gonna be the contact. Who are you taking with you? And who do you want as surveillance?
I think
You're gonna need to come up with some backstories.
Joma
some
will be my
aliases.
bodyguard. Joma will be my bodyguard.
Zoma grabs the briefcase.
No, I still have the briefcase. Sorry.
Well, I hold it until you're ready for it. That's
Okay,
the thing.
Okay, all right. And
Otherwise, what am I doing?
Grieve also gives you a not very strong one, but a chain, a little wrist chain to make it look cool if you want.
Cool. I do.
Like you could snap it off if
It's
necessary.
like a Claire, it's like a Claire's jewelry accessory that you got from the
He's
mall.
the ties.
It's plastic.
It's got a little heart lock on it.
I think
A much larger chamber around your neck.
I think script should come along as well.
Keeping the room divided, I like it.
Everyone from this side of the table.
All
Do
right.
you want to?
Do you guys just want to podcast by ourselves?
Which one of you want this extra set of ocular implants?
I would imagine.
Oh well.
There's two
Script.
sets.
There's 2 sets, so you
Script,
can give them to
maybe?
2 different people, and then they can do their ocular pat downs.
Would they attune to
I
scripts?
only need one of them,
One in each eye.
Yeah, you have a pair.
and I will use half of it.
They need to work in pairs.
Yeah,
if I understood that
work in
correctly.
pairs.
So probably not.
Were you listening to anything on the PowerPoint?
Okay.
Zoma will have cool ass sunglasses on. Can he wear them?
That is so funny.
Script.
I've always pictured Zoma with
How are
cool-ass
these gonna work?
sunglasses.
Yeah.
Are these gonna work? I don't-
He's
I
already
don't know
got them
how your
built in.
shit-
He's
I don't know how your shit works.
That's okay.
Can
I
you
don't
use
either.
these?
And then he just sticks them in his eyes. This hurts. I cannot see.
Bouncing into walls. Exterminate! Exterminate!
Once you turn them on, you got 5 days of use.
He turns it off.
Yeah, I'll install the ocular implants in my
in your oculars.
my oculars.
All right, they are on. You can now see. It is slightly uncomfortable and irritating to your eye. You are now recording everything to some sort of incredibly small drive system within the eyes themselves.
I can hear them reading and writing. I don't like it.
You can, if necessary, have them relay information up to 500 feet away. And
These are not connected to any kind of cloud, though, necessarily. That we're
There's
aware
a
of.
cord.
yeah, right out of the eyes. Each
Constantly
eye.
crying. Why?
Are you recording this or no?
I think you have a tapeworm.
And so someone else can monitor if necessary up to 500 feet away, and you have increased difficulty in seeing beyond 500 feet away as well. Starts to get very blurry.
Okay.
Who else is getting the other ones?
Well, I want to. Excuse me. Pastuza wants to ask Creve if there's like a van available. You know, so we could do old school like monitors, like stakeout situation.
You make a lifestyle roll. Script, make a resistance roll.
Resistance. Where's
It's the
resistance?
ocular implants fighting back.
Oh, I see it. 2 success and a momentum.
You're good and can bank one. All right. You are able to acquire a van of nondescript nature, or
Yeah.
or-
Ed's flower shop.
Flower
or
shop.
something, you know.
And
Isidore scream.
Yeah, it's
and you suffer no strange rejection protocol from the eyes. And who was getting the other one? Get your dice ready.
I'm gonna give them to Ash.
Whether he wants it or not.
I will hang on to them. I don't have any direct contact at the moment, so I'm going to keep them sealed unless there happens to be a meeting or reason I'm needed in.
All right.
I'll put them in at that point.
Such as him getting out of the shower and looking in a mirror.
Ah!
He takes them more away.
How's it looking, Doc? Wait, give it a minute. This is my pucker face.
That's that prolapsed asshole.
Oh no.
Descended
Advanced
into
cancer
madness,
screening.
Ash, we need to have a serious talk. I've got some bad news. You're joking around, but I got some bad news.
Yeah.
And
right.
lead agent of the mission, Ash, you approve of everything so far?
So far, everything seems a-okay.
Now,
Alright.
what am I doing in all of this? And
Yeah, that's
how am I supposed to be part of the?
You're just, like, so.
I am quite literally the definition of sore thumb.
No, I mean yes, but that's why we have a van. So like, you and I can take. No. You and I can take turns like monitoring. The video feed.
Just put a baseball cap on him and let him like walk the
Yeah.
street.
I look like
You're
boy
the
in
guy
bubble.
in the chair. We need a guy in the
Okay.
chair.
Yeah.
Little Timmy.
And can't you like put a hood on or something to like?
Throw a
do
trench
little
coat on
less-
him. He's
Yes,
fine.
I can.
So, to actually answer your question, Velu, and I thought this was discussed, so I'll bring it up now.
We don't like you.
What you do in your room is weird.
More accurately, we need you as kind of the hidden gun. If someone has
You're the
an actual
wild
sniper
card.
out,
I know.
If there is, like, right now, Zoma is face. I'm gonna tell you, Zash. So Zoma, he's the front man now. He's face. He can't be necessarily the backup. He's supposed to look tough and muscly. Good for him. He's got it. But it doesn't mean that we don't need security. We still need some backup. We got to make sure our guys are safe. That's your role. I need you to make sure that they are safe. You can throw things all over the place, and no one sees it coming.
There's
When
no
I bring out my
small
gun.
parts.
Only
You can make them
smelling-
say, "What was that over there?"
There's going to be an entire level of magic in the scenes for this, and that's you.
Okay.
I didn't mean to say magic. That's insulting. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that
More of your tricks.
really.
Little games you do over there.
They're illusions.
So here's the mirror and here's the smoke bomb.
Don't let yourself on fire. Okay. Does that help? Does anyone else agree?
I
with that?
stay in the van.
Stay in the van. Throw tires as needed.
I throw tires.
He pats you on the head and leaves. All right.
I can be captain. This is great.
What do you guys want to do? What's the plan? I regret asking that at all times, but what do you want to do?
Fine glass.
Oh, by the way, might I say how much more interestingly deadly this would be if we had role-played this session a week earlier, where Tim, the only player playing a character with any persuade skill whatsoever, was not here.
Yeah. Very, very good timing on
Yeah,
our part.
and so
Good
far
for
my
us.
rolls have been shit, so we'll see what happens. Fine Glass and his crew are going to go to, I think, Journey's Wave tonight to just kind of...
Aren't we going to go to Isidore's screens to make contact with Iggy, the smuggler, so he can set up a contact with Tenko and we
I
can
was just
arrange
gonna,
that?
like,
Well,
We at least
I-
need to go
cut
talk to
him
the
out of-
CI and
cut,
see what
cut him out of the middle. But
information we can glean on Tenko.
But
before we
he's
set
he's
that
Yeah,
up.
Alright.
I
he's our
agree with.
way in.
I
all right
think.
then, let's go talk to.
Well, I was just going to agree with Tim and say we should stake it out first,
Okay.
and then kind of know what we're talking
Like,
about
I
a
don't
little bit.
expect the first night at Journey's Wave to be.
Well, if we're seen there, I think
know.
that'll give us more.
I think we should do both. I think
Yeah.
Zoma should go to Journey's Wave, check it out, see what you can find. Maybe see if you can get a hold of Aznor, just to kind of feel it out for us, while Dr. Fineglass and Script both go to Isidore's and work the information that we have there and trade info.
Okay.
I will keep my eyes on you, so I will be your backup at the club.
Yeah,
I will not be with you. I'll be watching.
Okay.
And Dr. Pills,
They'll be outside the
Bailey.
club in the van.
oh, you want to stay with them first when they go to the screen shop it, and then come to the club?
So Zoma right now is
Or
just
you
going to
just
do a
relax.
kind of night before, go to the club, just hang out, stake it out, see what's, just literally what it's like in there, the vibe and stuff.
Should that, since you're going to be part of the infiltrate the team, is that the smartest choice for you to be going in there?
Seen
I
there
think-
by
I think
yourself.
He could be,
Look
just
around.
kind of like the Secret
Well-
Service goes the day ahead of
well,
the
my thought
president
is,
and,
like, either-
scoops things out.
Yeah, my thought is either during the meeting it's going to be you already know my associate Zoma, or
Yep.
you've met or seen, or
Okay.
so I'm intending to not speak, but kind of just be
Again,
a presence at
being
the,
a face.
Yeah.
You stand out. You will always
Yeah.
stand out. So don't try to blend in.
Yeah.
Stand out everywhere.
Yeah.
So yeah, go in first, and then when you go in to actually have the meeting with Dr. Fineglass, you're recognized already.
Yeah.
I think you make a good call. I think being inside the van. I will be with you in the van.
Should I have the oculars on that first night?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm going to give you my sets.
Okay.
Okay, that's happening this evening.
Yeah.
Was there something else happening with the other people at another time?
I
I
think
mean, we should talk to Iggy in
Should-
my
let's
Yeah.
we could go talk to Iggy now.
see what we can
Yeah.
find out about Tenko. See if there's something we like. Because we can't
Yeah.
just walk in there being like, "Hey, let's buy some drugs," right?
No.
We gotta be like, we gotta come at an angle and say,
that we can't.
You can't.
like, figure out, a way to get Tenko's attention and
Yeah.
to let him know we're ready
Like
to
I see this as a
wheel and deal.
multi-day,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
step-by-step
Yeah.
get positioned into this
Just rush it.
situation.
It's worked before.
But sure, yeah, let's go talk to Aznor and Iggy.
Okay, then you're going. The three of you are going where? Professor, Doctor, and Script.
So Professor and Scripts are going to see Iggy.
Okay, let's
And
do that.
Isidore's
Yeah.
screens.
All right, you two head over to Isidore's screens. You drive with a generic vehicle. I'm assuming not a profit licensed vehicle.
I guess
a
a
marked
police car.
Yeah.
You
Captain
I would take public transit.
Beckland's
Yeah.
car.
what's that?
Public transit.
Okay, you guys take some public transit. And how are you dressed and such?
Call
Are
an
you
Uber.
are you as prophets, looking official, weapons, big weapons, armor?
Professor's not.
Script would be armed, but lightly
Okay.
so.
Like he's an informant, so I'm
If
going
you have a slim lace pistol, that is a
expect
hidden
such.
one weapon.
Yeah, I do not.
Okay.
But I do
I do
have
have a-
my 45
Fineglass
Ronin.
has a slim lace, so
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Yeah. So I have my 45 Ronin on me. I don't have my assault rifle on me.
Okay.
So.
The two of you then.
And dressed nondescript.
Not descript.
Nondescript. Get it?
yeah.
It was a joke told you like years ago, and you're just now getting it.
Processing it. The two of you then make your way across the city as you take the public transport, some monorail. It's beautiful. You're going over parks and cityscapes. You see important complexes. You pass by big corporate offices, wonderful walkways. The people are enjoying their life in the peace and tranquility that you, the prophets, provide and are hopefully going to continue to provide with this very meeting. Your monorail passes over a lake with some little sailboat type thing, not a lake, but a little inlet that leads to an ocean that's right next to the city.
Is there a birthday party going on
There
there?
is not.
No.
Thankfully, there is not. You pass over and maybe 20 minutes later are walking through a commercial part of town. There are some major popular stores going on, neon signs, try new vacuum meat and big loud things and big loud sounds and some neon thing of someone eating something. And you are, it's some of these are big stores, but a lot of them are smaller, not so great stores, local stores, and you come across Isidore's screens. It is a thick, nice-looking metal sign with a cheap plastic print that's been pasted over it that's slightly peeling off. That looks new and just not attached well. And then there's sale on some windows that you can't quite see through. And you open up the door and enter.
Everything must go.
There is a chime sound as you enter and walk in. What you see are a bunch of their equivalent of TVs, but at a much higher level and able to do more than just visual offerings through these TVs that are available to you. The place looks like it has expensive screens that are available for sale on different stands of totally different makes and models, weird shapes, curved things, weird inputs and cables. But the place itself looks like it's a quickly thrown together Spirit costume store that probably won't be there a month or two from now, is the vibe that you get. There's some cheap music playing in the background, and some guy comes out wiping mustard off of his face. He is a rat folk similar to Dr. Pastuza, and he says, yeah. Oh, hey, welcome to Isidore Screens. Come on in. I've got everything you could ever want. I've got the large screens. I've got the small, more intimate screens. I've got the curved screens. I've got full 360 screens. I've got jacked-in screens, and for those of you that like it old school, I've got non-jacked-in screens. I've got full Cento vision as well. Whatever catches your fancy.
What kind of screen can we get some information from?
Well, there's news packages that are a part of them all. The whole system's there, and I'll throw that in for free. Yeah.
Maybe you can give me a little more of a personal demo back in your office.
I can plug you in right here. I don't have enough money for
Franklin told me you're the one to talk to.
And he seems deflated. You mimic that as you go into patina sleep.
Oh, is that what we're doing now?
He says, Fecklin sent you, huh? And who are you? I take it you're not here to buy any screens.
We'll see how things go.
I wouldn't mind jacking in.
There's this weird curved screen. You take in a big, thick quarter-inch plug and insert it into some sort of port that you have hidden behind a flap of skin. And the screen...
Come get me when you're done.
The screen has cool colors, strange sounds, and then different parts of his body get erect at weird different angles at different times, and he's lost now in this infotainment system.
What are we seeing on his screen?
Forbidden secret things that only patron members can experience in the after show.
Script's inner conscious is going crazy. These humans suck.
To your office?
He says, you didn't tell me who you are.
Oh,
He walks over to the door, opens the door, it chimes. He looks left and looks right, closes the door, and then locks the door and turns around. And then he pats a small revolver at his waistband. You better be coming clean with me.
fine. I'm Professor Fineglass. A prophet. We're working with the Sherkosh police.
A prophet? Like a prophet?
A prophet.
Just my luck.
I'm not here for you. I'm just here for your information.
And what did Fecklin say I can tell you?
I need some information about a gentleman named Tenko.
Just my luck again. Tenko? What do you want with Tenko? Tenko's bad news.
Yes. That's why.
He's a good friend, but he's still bad news.
Well.
Can you tell him not to touch that dongle, please?
He was not going to break anything.
That's not an oral port at all.
It is now.
All ports are now designated oral.
It is if you're brave enough.
Tenko seems to be under the magnifying glass of the local police. We want to take him down.
You're gonna try and take down Tenko.
Yes.
He's pretty ruthless. He's pretty big time.
So are we.
But what does that have to do with you? You guys like like save like worlds and space stations, or there's that one episode that you guys did.
Sometimes the world that needs shaving is our own.
Ooh, that's good. I'm gonna use that. He goes and writes something down.
An oral port just became available.
Oh my god.
All right. And what do I get from providing you with information?
From what I understand, you get your freedom
So that's how it's going to
to
be.
keep it.
I see.
Hey, Professor, would you mind checking with him to see if he's got one of those 130-degree wraparounds? I've been really needing a new set of goggles for my... Hello? I'm going to get that flight system one of these days, I promise.
But I'm the lead agent.
You can't do that to me!
He has another breakdown.
Can he do that to me?
Professor, make sure to ask him about the shipment that came in as well. See if he knows anything
Thank
on
you.
that.
Thank you, Pilsner.
Thanks, Mom.
I get the feeling that Ash is like always on the verge of a breakdown, and he just puts on this adventuring front off planet. But when he comes back, that's when he just can't keep the charade going any longer.
It's like you know me a little bit. I'm really comfortable with that. But yeah, it's actually not
Not
far off.
far off.
Shotenko. Understand he has a shipment coming in.
He's got shipments coming in all the time. I've done plenty myself.
A big one.
Yep, he had a big one come in.
Had. When did it get here?
I'd say I wasn't responsible for that one, but I heard it came in less than a week ago, and he's been sitting on some stuff.
Shift to your left a little bit, Tom.
Sitting on some stuff.
So he's building up a stockpile, you could say.
That's not the vibe I get. Again, I talk to my friend Tenko from time to time, and he says he's done with this small nickel and dime stuff, and he wants something big. He wants a bigger score, maybe something from outside, make a connection outside the city, so he can limit his risk, is what he says. And he's tired of small shipments where not everything comes through, and maybe a little taken off the top, and a little seed money is set up for maybe a little proper establishment by certain purveyors of transportation, like myself.
Transfer paper. Thought you had a screen store.
It's for my retirement.
I see. When's the next shipment due? The next big one.
I don't know of any other big ones coming in.
Can you arrange one?
I don't deal with his stuff. I've just delivered stuff from here to there. I don't deal with that of who's buying who. I don't know who's buying what other than him. I don't know where he gets his stuff. I've just picked stuff off of different worlds at different times and delivered it to him.
How does Agenor play into this?
Azenor. He is he's a punk. He's a hardcore dealer, really pushing things around his neighborhood, and thinks of himself as a big gangster type. But he's no Tenko, that's for sure.
You could say maybe trying to push in on Tenko's turf.
He'd like to be Tenko, but no. He gets everything from Tenko, and he doesn't have any of Tenko's connections or any of Tenko's resources. He gets all his drugs from Tenko.
Got it.
Is
Well,
it back on? Maybe, do we get it? We get back on? Hey, Professor, it's Ash again.
Ash.
Hey, did you check with him on how to get an introduction so that you could be represented as maybe a buyer to the diversification? Something maybe outside of the city?
Yeah, I'm just about to work on that.
Okay. No, you're doing great. No, stiff upper lip. Good job. Right here. I'm right here if you need me.
So, you could say that as an orders, maybe not. It's not the only thing in town, yeah. It's one of Tenko's dealers.
Oh yeah, he's got probably a dozen. I don't know, and many of them by name. But like I said, Tenko wants to get away from them. He thinks he's leveled up. He's gained some credibility. He's reached some new levels of possibility, as he says.
And he wants to push his product outside of Circos, you're saying.
He wants more money and more safety for himself. And what I want, you haven't asked what I want.
Oh, you're maintaining your freedom.
Oh, that's great. That's absolutely great. But what I'm thinking is, there's drugs that you don't want, right? No one wants drugs. Drugs are bad. Drugs are bad. Drugs are bad.
Good.
But he might have some other illegal contraband type stuff that you might be involved with or acquire in some way. And I can help you with that. I can help take that off of your hands in return for this great information I'm providing you. That sounds like a wonderful deal.
I unfortunately don't
Let me
have
make
any
my persuade
contraband.
roll first.
Go ahead.
No, I'm good.
I'm a prophet, not a fence.
Right. But you don't have to do anything other than just let me know when something's going down that might be of value to me. And I come in, I get what I need, and I get out, and it's a win-win. It doesn't go to some weird evidence stupid thing and get lost.
If I hear of another shop liquidating their screens, I'll let you know.
Hey, Professor, don't kill this contact. We can maybe string him along. He might be of further use.
Did you ask him about the thing? Did you ask him about the distributor thing?
You guys just cut in. Did you say kill contact? I can do that for you if you want me to.
What? Kill contact? I got it.
Script's already there. 10-4 script. Go ahead. Your growth.
Listen, I'm not here to help you in your vices.
But we can make it worth your while.
Now we're talking.
We have to give him something.
The android's talking my language.
What did he call you?
An android.
I heard something else. It's okay. Patina's stuck in my ears.
Sorry, baby, it's the patina.
Give me a list. What you might be after.
Yeah, absolutely. And
Don't go crazy.
he goes to a little data pad and starts typing up some things. And as he's typing it up, so there's some good stuff on here. I can tell you this. It's a place called Journey's Wave, and Tenko owns it.
We know this.
Oh. He owns a boat, nice boat, don't know the name. He doesn't have any of his own starships. He likes to deal with outside people to keep his name off of things. What else? What else do you want?
I want to know exactly how to position myself to catch him in the biggest act he's going to be in.
What do you mean?
You said he's looking to get out of Circos, to find some safety, to find a new market.
Yeah?
I'm going to be his new dealer,
Oh, you are?
and you're going to give me a good reference.
Oh, I am. He looks at his data pad. He thinks about terrible things that might happen to him. And he looks at his data pad again. I can help you. but I better get some of these checked off my equivalent Christmas list. And he hands the data pad over to you. So, yeah, I can make something happen. Like I said, we're good friends. I can have set up a meet. When do you want it?
Ideally, as soon as possible, without suspicion.
Without what?
Suspicion.
Tom heard you. And who are you?
Yes, I suppose I do need a alias of sorts.
That whole sentence. Is it just getting late with Tim or late with me?
Tim's been up for about 20 hours right now. For now, just tell him you have a new dealer who can reach markets that none of his other dealers can.
No. I need a name, and I need to know how I know you. I can't vouch for you unless I know you.
What are your ideas? You know Tenko better than I.
You're saying out of city.
Hey, Professor,
That's where you said he wants to go.
I know you've got this and all, but I have a whole PowerPoint here of names and ideas for you and aliases. Some of these are pretty great. So you let me know if you need any help with that, and we'll get you squared away.
Get back to
You're
you.
doing great. You're doing great, by the way. Like I'm not even here.
Hit agent signing off.
This is lead agent Ash.
Lead agent. Lead agent.
This has been. Say you're from Kaisen City. You're a big time dealer there. Somehow you're new there. Just in case he has any kind of connections there, you're a new player there.
How do you know me?
That's what I'm asking. Try it. Work with me. Give me something. What about you, Android?
What about me?
All right. And I've run shipments for you. And you're a new player, and you're pulling in as big as he just has on a more regular basis. But you need even more stuff coming your way, and you've got to start pulling it from outside of your town.
Tell him we have access to freighters, to shipment freighters, and that is how we will transport his drugs.
All right.
You got a android?
And I need a name.
Show the name.
Ash, what you got?
Yeah, thank you. This is lead agent Ash. You're
Quickly,
a professor.
please.
Professor, you always go by Professor. It does never have to be Fine Glass, but you are definitely the Professor. That's how you've made these contacts. You know all the rich kids. You know the ones that went to the academy. They're your best customers. So you will still go by Professor. It's your easiest alias. It's the one everyone's got. If he needs a real name, it's going to be Diebold. D-I-E-B-O-L-D. Diebold, Professor of the Academy.
Well, close to home.
This is turning into Breaking Bards.
How long have you been waiting on that one?
4 seasons. Somebody.
But what's your angle? You got to have an angle. You're not thinking about this stuff. You may be a good prophet, but you might get yourself killed without me helping you out. You got to have an angle. How have you carved your way through Kaisen City? What makes you so dangerous? It's not just best prices. This is a serious game.
I do have a bit of experience in, shall we say, the black markets. Before I was a prophet, I was an archaeologist. And there's a lot of corporations out there that would pay a pretty penny for some of the things we would find.
Okay. All right. Well, I can set something up. And he, with his little wrist thing, swipes it over to your wrist thing and passes along his number. I got to tell you this, though. Tenko's can be a tough customer. So you're going to need more than this guy to look impressive.
Don't worry about that.
And you're going to need a little more than what you got on to look impressive.
I can do that as well.
And something with the few little hairs that you have. You got to look like you've got some money.
Don't worry about my costume.
And also drop the fake accent.
Sit down.
Seth lose hero boy.
You dropped it.
Oh, what was he gonna say? He says, here's the story. I have a lot of contacts with corporations. The corporations are trying to make their workers a little more docile, a little more acquiescent. The way to do that is with some escape, some drugs. Corporations have lots of workers. They need lots of drugs. I'm their source. And I need Temko to help me.
I like it.
He's the supplier. I can provide him ships if he can provide me the goods.
I like it. I'll reach out. I'll make this happen. And you better make that happen, he says, pointing to his shopping list.
Mm-hmm. I have it.
And pointing to script. I'll give you 15% off that screen right there. 15. Right now, today.
How much is it?
845 credits.
I unplug myself from it. No, I'm good.
I've had my fill.
Ash actually charms it afterwards, like, you know what, buddy? We're gonna buy that screen. Go ahead and swipe for it.
I don't have that kind of credits.
Hey, check your wallet. Bling.
Yeah, and Professor says,
Bling. Dude, walking it's over. Professor Fineglass.
I do buy the screen.
Hey, you're going to waste all the money. Stop it.
I guess since Ash has sent it to me, I'll take it.
you can call me the Professor.
The Professor. That's your name.
If they need to know more, they can ask me in person.
All right. I'll be in touch.
Very well.
He shakes his head dubiously as you leave. And you head out.
Oh, that was so badass, you guys. I'm so proud of you.
Can we trust this guy? He seems very low rent.
I don't trust him. I don't trust Fecklin. I don't trust anyone.
So I don't know if what we just set up is the right way to go about this.
What other options do we have?
We go after Azenor. We break that guy. We make him our puppet.
That's where I think Velu comes to play.
According to Fecklin,
Always with the
Iggy
puppetry
was
with
our
Velu.
is our confidential informant and our access in.
You trust Becklin.
Look, as the lead agent here, who put me in charge, I think that he would not try to steer us away. However, if something goes sideways, we got to make sure that Fecklin
But even
understands the pace.
even Valencia doesn't trust Becklin.
There's a difference between being, what do you say? There's loyal and then not good, right? He's not a good cop, but he's a loyal cop.
Ash.
Loyalty counts for something, but it doesn't count for everything.
Even gangs are loyal to one another.
That said, I
What's a
don't,
bad cop's CI really worth?
as much as any CI is really worth. But at the end of the day, sometimes you got to buy a TV to keep people on your side. So we spend the 15% off. We get what we need to get, and we move on to the next piece. It's still a good plan.
Ash. this is what he really wants. And then Fineglass hands him the list.
Yeah, you guys are back together, and he hands you the list.
What is on that list?
A bunch of high-end goods, such as furs, expensive clothing, all these luxury items that are very specifically detailed. That he apparently has very detailed information that Tenko has.
Neko wafers. This is a big list. All right. We'll get back to this later. In the meantime, Zoma, suit up. You're gonna head in.
We have to assume that Iggy is, even as we speak, telling Temko what's going on. Pilsner, I like your idea about pressing hard on Asanor as well. I think Velu could help us with that.
Let's call that a plan B. We don't need to lean on any low-level guys any more than we have to, I think.
Call it insurance.
Yeah, that's plan B. So that's what plan B means. It means insurance. Come on, Professor. You taught me that one.
Then we
Plan
need
B's when we have to abort the mission.
When everything doesn't work out, and you're about to die.
We'll do it the day after.
What do we do when this blows up in our face?
We kill everyone.
That came quick.
Yeah. All you need to add was, we do what we always do. We kill everyone.
I think Plan B needs to get to rolling. We need the pieces in place.
Here's my worry, Professor. If we start leaning on the lower guy, who already relies on Tenko for products, we try to prop him up and or try to break him down, then we're not the good guys helping him out. We're the bad guys giving him a reason to go back to Tenko. And if all we do is stand up and threaten, then we're going to get called out immediately.
No, it's not like that.
Are you going to try to recruit him? How are you going to make this pot sweet for him?
What are going to shut him up? Show him that he's a double crosser to Temko.
Yeah, again, I don't think that's going to be the best play for this one.
I'm with Ash. I think we go with what plan we have. We make the deal with Iggy. Move forward.
The deal's made. We will. I'm just ready to be, how do they call it? Sold out. And I want to have something else in our favor.
We have 250,000 credits in our favor. At the moment. I think
That we
there's
promised to give back.
Sure, but what I'm saying is
Did we?
that I signed. There's the sign. There I signed.
Lead agent had to sign for that.
Aside for that 845 that we just
Yeah.
spent.
There's definitely a level of what we're going to be doing here, and we got to stay a particular path. Yes, backups are a good idea, and there is an entire chance that if this doesn't work out, we don't meet with Tenko, or Tenko knows who you are, because your cover gets completely blown. It doesn't mean that it's impossible. It doesn't mean it's completely undone. We may just need to try it from a different angle. At which point, you and I would swap, and then I'll talk to Asanor. We'll go over that plan.
Yeah, that Agenor has no need to know who I am, or ever meet me.
But you want to go talk to him.
No. I want the team. I want you, Pilsner, not me.
All right. Plan B. Write it down. See if I can approve it. We'll get it going for that. Zoma, suit up.
And where's Zoma going?
You're like the guys in Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Everything has to be filed, printed, and stared before.
On the green form,
Zoma has been getting ready. He's wearing the Nova Alliance kind of. I don't know, the military fatigues is the right term, but like kind of dress down. So he's wearing the military jacket. He's wearing the cargo pants.
Right.
Not the white Prophet stuff, but the old Nova Alliance gear that I used to wear on a regular basis. It is not pristine. It does not look like what Ash would wear. The back where the Nova Alliance symbol would be is burnt, so you can't see it. The patches that he would have gotten as medals are ripped off, clearly by hand, like by force. There are names, about half a dozen names on each arm of fallen warriors, presumably. None of them, but one, says Nosarog. All the others are different names. He's in the lower district, wherever the theater is near. He's getting closer, taking public transit, keeping his head down, kind of ignoring the teens and the youth kind of bumping into him and stuff. As he gets closer to the Journey's Wave, all he's got with him is his slim lace pistol in the back. And he just kind of approaches from a kind of alley off of the train equivalent.
Okay.
And he just walks up.
All right, you walk up to the place called Journey's Wave. It is only open in the evening as you arrive at night to this place. The doors open up as you walk in. These glass doors slide open, and just beyond is a curtain of water that's falling just a foot behind it. And as you approach, the water jets fade away, almost like it's a curtain opening up and detecting you, and you walk in. As you walk in, you are greeted by the sounds of multiple different sources of new age music playing from different speakers of different songs. Very wavy synth type things are playing. That's very loud and fills your bones with this sound. You are in an entrance area, and there is a stylishly dressed lady with weird ridged clothing, leather clothing around her arms, with cool, heavily moosed hair, gelled hair that's really styled up. And as she's approaching, you see behind her, this club is not just a club, but an experience. It's not a dance club by any way whatsoever. Known as a liquid theater. It is made up of 3 tiers. At the top tier, which is just a big balcony that overlooks the other lower tiers, and you're coming in at the tier 2, so there's one above,
middle.
one below. At the top tier is your typical railed balcony with tables. There's a bunch of people that are sitting there enjoying drinks and relaxing, and just it's kind of a chill vibe. Almost like they're a little high, but enjoying it, enjoying some conversation, dressed stylishly or hip for sure. The second tier is where it starts to get interesting. This also is tables with people with drinks and such, but coming out of different ports in the wall of different statues and faces and such is a water that comes out. The bluest, brightest water, at least you think it's water, that you've ever seen, that pours out gallons and gallons of it, making this tiny little pouring noise all over the place. It pours down into the floor and creates ankle-deep water across this entire balcony, which is the middle floor that looks down at the bottom area. The liquid from there pools in certain areas and creates mini waterfalls down below, where there is this pool-ish area where there are perhaps a dozen and a half people down there that are floating with their eyes closed and at the top of this liquid and enjoying some ethereal experience. And what happens is, as the music ebbs and flows through maybe one face, a darker purple color oozes out and mixes with the water, and this is on the mid floor, and it touches the feet of certain people, and you see them respond in different ways. Their heads start to sway, or they smile a little bit more, or some laughter, and then that pours down in this different colored waterfall for just a little bit, and then hits the people down below who are having an entirely different audio kinetic experience as well as this liquid touches their skin. And then there's another one, a pinkish one touches others, and you hear laughter and giggles coming from people. It is this weird sci-fi experience of liquid and smells and sounds as you come in. Perhaps the most anti-Zoma location I have ever imagined. Well selected. So Zoma's standing there, and I don't know what his response is. Is it awe? Is it disgust? Is it...
Fucking keepies.
That's what you see, and this hostess comes up to you, and she says, "Welcome to Journey's End. Are you a member?"
Not yet.
Waves.
Brave!
Not yet.
She says, "Well, you are certainly welcome to join us at our normal guest rate. What kind of experience are you looking for?"
Premium.
Oh. Of course. And she goes over to a little kiosk, and that'll be 550 credits.
What does 1,000 credits get?
Ooh, that will get you the full experience that we can possibly arrange for up to 3 hours. Would you like to lose yourself in magic? Lose yourself in a way you've never experienced before? Beyond flesh, beyond sight, the whole essence of who you are changed. You'll never be the same again. And she playfully taps your horn.
Steam comes out of the nostrils.
I do not normally take relaxing vacations. This could be good for Zoma. He'll accept the credit.
All right.
Hey, Zoma, real quick, since you might be in there, did you have a cover name that you put together? Or are you just Zoma? Hey, you know what? Do your thing. I'm sorry. I don't mean to interrupt. This was Lead Agent Ash, by the way. Just wanted to check in with you. Hey, good luck, buddy. Thinking about you.
You look disturbed. You turn him off.
Not anymore. No, he keeps the comm on, but like adjusting his sunglasses turns on the ocular
Implants.
yeah, sorry.
All right. Those of you who are within 500 feet, are there someone?
Oh, I mean, I'm outside.
There's a flower shop van outside the theater.
All right. With Velu alone.
These are our screens. Vale's
Vale's
just
in
got
the
the fat
van.
fitting
Yeah,
hat.
yeah.
All right. You guys
Van
can
Lou.
you guys can see this very dark place that is lit up by this luminescent blue liquid that Zoma is now seeing. You can also see he is being disrobed down to his underwearish type clothes, like the people laying down
To his
below.
lower horn.
It's very valuable in Asian markets, by the way.
Wait. I'm a never nude.
And she is constantly gently reassuring you, touching your muscular bicep. It's all right. You will really enjoy this.
Zip.
Splash. And she gets you undressed, and then she says, you will need some enhancement oil. And she dips into a clear big goblet some oily stuff on her hands that's very warm as she applies it all over your body in a private changing room.
I was told, well, I enjoy this. I was told this was a social club.
She says it is. It can be. When you're done with your 3-hour experience, beyond, as we call it, you're more than welcome to socialize with other guests as you see fit.
Let us make premium experience 1.5 hours.
All right.
I wish to socialize.
Of course. And she's rubbing you all over and gets you fully anointed.
Faster.
And
More anointment. More anointment.
Too much anointment.
No, I anoint you!
Oh my god.
All right, 1.5 hours is now 1.5 minutes. Hold on.
Hold on. I must shut my eyes for this for no reason.
I don't normally last that long. Let me tell you.
Sorry, I'm a little horny. You are then.
Wolf, I will get you a towel.
You are taken down some wide, spiraling stairs down to the lower floor with liquid going down the stairs as well, but yet the footing is perfect. The sounds of these new age synths and chimes are wonderful. You hear some conversation up above as you head down, and you are brought down to these people in this dreamlike state, all of them with their arms extended in that basic animation pose that games have. They're just sprawled out, floating. Most of them are have their eyes closed. Some are smiling, but most of them in this dreamy-like state that you will soon be in.
I was about to say, is there an effect yet taking place? Is it something I have to ask for
No,
to be
the
given?
The moment she got you out of the changing room and you take your first step into the liquid,
Okay.
you have a sense of calm and peace about you. You have a sense that your feet are feeling cinnamon.
Should have chose a better smell.
Your feet and cinnamon are now as one. And then as you are walking down, a small little swirl of blue catches you for a little bit. And then you have a sense of giddiness, and we hear a Zoma giggle. And you are brought down into the area and gently laid down, and
It's just a nose sticking out of the water. A horn.
and you're a little big and a little heavy, and she waves another assistant down, and they add some extra liquid that somehow provides you support and raises you a little bit further out of the water, and they add some more and get you out of the water.
Jello consistency, it's just piling up.
Some fruit in there, and
Put some wings on them.
floaties. And once you are laid down in this pool, which has all of these different colors swirling, and in essences, your body and mind are immediately no longer yours. You are taken away to a magical place of colors and histories of your life that you remember that are wonderful, and places you would like to be. But then each one is passed by another scent, another feeling. Then it's home-cooked weird worm food that mom never made but you wish she had. Then it's going through space and feeling that fold experience, and time is just passing and passing, and an hour and a half goes by. You gain a game benefit of 1 point of extra mental wound for the next week.
Cool.
So how many mental wounds do you have?
0.
How many can you take?
Oh, 1, 2, 3. 9.
9, so now you can do 10.
Wow.
And your stress box, which is 1 stress box at level 1,
Yep.
now has 2 stress boxes
Whoa.
for the next week.
Cool.
And you have this experience. None of you see anything, just dark eyes. You can't experience what he's doing. Seth.
With 2 things.
That's all you hear.
Is Den of Equity a legal establishment?
Yes, it is legal.
Okay. And amongst all of whatever's happening through this day, Pastuza wants to do some investigation on this this escape, the drug itself, and see if there's anything that can immediately take you out of like the high.
Oh, all right. Make a medicine roll. Ooh, you're still not. This is gonna be pretty challenging. Difficulty 3.
I'm burning that.
All right. The 1 banked momentum we had for an additional die. He's rolling 3 dice. He's good, but I don't-
Or success with a
really
back
the momentum. If you want, you can bank that momentum. You know the method.
Okay.
It's not easy.
Narcan.
If you bank the momentum, you're fine, and that's it. If you give me that momentum and a threat, then you can actually you have a small single injection you are able to create. Just one.
Oh, wow.
Thank you.
Yes. You spend
It's
your
on.
day working on that.
Threat given. Now he's got a dose.
Zoma. It's been an hour and a half. You are woken up by a gentle touch and are gently brought back into reality. As you are risen up to your feet, the liquid instantly comes off of you, leaves no wetness behind. You still see lots of people. There's music. It's different tonal of music. Different colors are swirling. You're still getting residual experiences. You have a very euphoric feeling about you, and your hostess is there.
Never have I felt so relaxation.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Is it possible to buy a round of Gorglek for everyone?
I don't think we offer that particular beverage.
What about patina wine?
That's definitely not anything that we offer.
What about lemonade?
Yes?
I wish to have lemonade for everyone who enjoyed the same experience I just had. We are community now.
All right. These here, she points to the people that are floating,
Let's
or
go to
the
the
other
roots.
50 attendees above as well.
How many is everyone?
64 by my count.
And how much for lemonade?
$10, 10 credits each.
Lemonade.
Oh, all right. And and who shall I say this is coming from? Mr.
Amos.
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 Amos, of course. And she does that, and you see multiple servers coming out offering drinks. You get a couple nods from above, and she takes you up, and some people thank you with other nods. She takes you up to the changing room and gets you all changed up back into your weird military uniform. Definitely nowhere near as hip as everyone else, but any social thing that had is gone. People are liking you.
Is there chance?
Also, who's tracking all of this money?
I am.
All right.
64 rounds of lemonade at 10 credits a round, Soma. That's more than your 90 minutes experience contained.
Might be worth it to talk to some of these people.
You good?
Was Zoma the right one of us to send in there?
No, I'm not entirely sure. Is it still on?
Zoma is kind of walking around looking for anybody socializing.
All right. You see there
Wants to
are...
join in some conversation.
Okay, there's some tables, and you walk over and you join in.
He's looking for anybody who has gills.
Looking for anyone who has gills. You see no one with gills.
No one in this water-themed theater has gills.
No.
All right, there goes
They probably
Alistair's
think
plan.
they have gills right now.
Well, Alistair's out of options. Not just Zoma.
All right, well, you can chat and you can end your day or think about something else.
I will chat until told to do something else.
That night, there is a phone call that is made while he's away to you, and it is coming from Isidore's screens. And, God, I want to go, hey, 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 but I can't. I cannot. I really want to do that.
Just go.
And you hear, hey, this is Iggy, calling you back, Professor.
Yes.
I've got some news. I've made an appointment for you to meet with Tenko tomorrow night,
It's excellent.
10 o'clock at Journey's Wave. I'm gonna meet you there. I can meet you. Let's say 10 minutes early. I'll meet you outside on the corner. And I told Tenko that you're new to town, and you're definitely worth his time, and he needs to meet you. He seemed a little put off, but also a little curious. I've got my ways, and you've got my list.
I have your list.
So then I'll see you tomorrow at 10.
You shall. 10 minutes early.
All right. And he hangs up.
There's a trap. For sure.
It's been a trap from the first time we met Fecklin, as far as I can hotel.
No, this is what we asked for. We wanted to get a meeting. We wanted to get arranged. Iggy made the call. You're gonna meet with Tenko. You're gonna talk with him about the credits you can offer, the escape that we're gonna buy. He'll set up an arrangement. We'll have the meeting ready to go, and it'll all keep working. This is exactly what we want.
Joma,
Da.
tomorrow, would you be so kind as to be on the inside tomorrow?
I think they'll like me there.
Before we get there.
You
think-
seem very calm.
I think, I don't normally like cinnamon, but something has me in a good mood tonight.
I will be there for 1.5 hours. I may not be reachable.
Script, you'll be by my side tomorrow.
Of course I will.
Doctor, did you find anything to get rid of effects? I don't want to waste all of our money.
What do you mean? You've already wasted a bunch of it.
But I don't want to waste all of it.
I think Ash already cut you off.
Alright, well, they might not be as happy to see me tomorrow if I don't have the same funds.
Well, you'll have enough funds.
It's not our money.
Speaking of funds, Professor, we gotta get you some different clothes. We're gonna have to, you know what? Maybe you can.
All three of them are going to
Yeah,
need to be
you're all gonna need to be dressed up.
dressed up.
You might be able to keep the same outfit, but I don't think so. I think we're gonna need you to dress up.
The outfit is not going to be a problem in that facility, let me tell you that.
But you're not going to be the same person as you were that went in there today as you are tomorrow.
Nor was he today. He's a whole new person.
I am mentally strong.
They will recognize.
They will recognize you, but you went in to check it out today. Tomorrow you're going to be in there in a more facilitative status as a bodyguard.
Alright. This is fair.
All right, what do you guys want to do?
So Fineglass wants to get eyes on Iggy all day tomorrow.
You can do that.
Like, just be watching where he goes, who he talks to.
You
I'll
wanna be on
tell
that?
him.
Alright, Dr.
I need
B's
those.
gonna go.
I need those implants back, Soma.
You said 5 minutes!
Velu will go with Stuza.
Yeah.
Velu's sadly alone in the van back at the place. It's 2
He's
a.m.
still sitting out.
Did they forget me?
I lost the connection an hour ago!
Velu, you should be on surveillance. You should be watching the video feeds and giving us the
Yeah, Velu in the van.
information
Yeah.
we have.
It's really important that you
It's
do that.
really
You have
important.
the most important job of all.
I can levitate and crush a car at 300 feet, but Velu needs to be in the van.
Dr. Sherman, I'm sorry, not Dr. Sherman, sorry. Ash is going to take Dr. Fineglass, Script, and Zoma shopping. There's a couple of shops in around Haven that I'm very familiar with, certainly around the Citadel. Ash comes from money and so knows where to get the
Oh,
proper
alright.
outfits for dressing.
What is Ash's lifestyle number?
Lifestyle number is 6.
All right. You come from money, but you're that sweat-wearing rich kid who...
Yeah. Yeah, never.
You know, my dad used to shop here.
So you're going to take him around shopping for some clothes?
Yep.
How
Sure
much
am.
money do you want to spend?
I would like to keep
That
it.
will determine your lifestyle difficulty roll.
I know what fashion costs. I want to keep it under 5,000 credits, but I will go up to 5,000 for 3 outfits.
5,000 for 3 outfits. And who is it? It's you.
No, these 3.
Script?
It's Professor Fineglass, Script, and Zone.
Okay.
Is it 5,000 each?
No.
No, total. Calm down, Valen.
Okay.
Stay in the van.
So
Know your place. It's in the van.
that needs to be a reoccurring
Velu is
thing.
just sitting in there going, "Get in the van,
They really do like me.
Most powerful agent of all of them.
Stay in the van.
The episode where Velo gets shat on.
So any one of you 4, one of you can make a lifestyle roll. Actually,
6.
no. the three of you pick out your own outfits, and we will describe what they look like and make our roll when you arrive at the location. So you have picked out very stylish, based off of the information that Zoma has provided and what he saw people wearing some pretty hip outfits. He's provided some good ideas. You've each picked them out. There is a montage, a dressing room montage that each of you have come out twirling.
Too sexy for
High action montage.
Oh yeah, Fineglass has his outfit. Yeah.
All right. So you guys have that all picked out, and then you were doing some eyes on the next day. I'm moving to the next day with the shopping, and Pastuza, you were watching.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Tailing.
Velu is doing what he's supposed to be doing. He is monitoring with his just focusing and taking time with the video footage and processing.
All right. And you're not noticing, it's just the same thing repeated over
yeah,
and
it's
over again.
just-
They just caught on a loop for you to keep you occupied.
The same dog was walking down the sidewalk.
We need you to count the dogs, man. Pastuza, make a stealth roll versus Iggy's perception.
Fail.
Okay. You are watching him throughout the day. He is in his stores where you see him. He leaves around lunchtime, goes around the corner and buys a pretzel with mustard. Lots of mustard, an egregious amount of mustard, and can't seem to keep it off of his face, and seems frustrated. It's like a battle with the pretzel and the mustard at times. We're going to spend more time talking about the mustard for our show. So, the
The egregious amount of
Is
mustard
it
is the title
spicy
of this
mustard or just like a yellow mustard?
Oh, it's a
here?
bland, generic yellow mustard.
Oh,
Yeah.
Street
Not-
mustard.
it's not
Street mustard?
Stone deli mustard.
Yeah, no.
It's not like you dip it in it so much as you swirl it
Yeah.
around.
The cheese whiz of mustard.
No, this is the kind of mustard you.
God damn it,
fucking
we're moving
slap.
on!
You said there's your title.
Stay in the van.
Sounded like a Twilight Zone. This is the kind of mustard you cut with a knife.
And then he goes back to his store, and then he leaves quickly and gets in a dilapidated car and drives off. You follow how?
In the van.
In the van.
Am I driving? Or am I still in the back?
Scoot over, Velu.
I got this.
Get in the back of the van.
You can't
Deal
reach the
gets worse
pedals.
every time.
Passenger seats for winners.
Jesus.
You're gonna ride bitch. I mean, important. You're gonna ride important person.
And you follow
Get on
him.
my lap.
You can do the wheel, but I do the pedals.
I mean, Pastuza is not that much taller.
No, but it works.
It's more fun with an omniscient being.
I can do the wheel.
You follow him. He arrives at an apartment complex, and you see him go into an apartment. Not 15 minutes later, he is out and arguing through the door, yelling, "Come on, no, why? You always do this. Wow, come on!" And clothes are thrown at him, and a bag is thrown at him, and a toothbrush is thrown. The door is slammed. He starts doing some pleading at the door,
Hard day for the Iggy.
and excuse me. Then he,
Chasing Iggy. This is Velu in his apartment.
Chasing Iggy is a great title for this episode. by the way.
and then he goes back to his place. He eats dinner at a
That wasn't his place?
no, he goes back to his
Not
shop,
anymore.
Okay.
which is now his place.
Yeah.
And he has dinner at a crappy fast food place where he orders the Megapuck and eats it, and he looks rather sad as he's eating it.
How much mustard?
Way too much. Like each bite, it's just oozing out of it, and it comes with none to begin with. And then he walks around a beautiful park that's still in this part of town, and he's talking to himself the whole time. It sits on a bench and does like a little Keanu thing on the bench for a while, and seems to be really, really struggling with what he's doing in life at this moment. You are a therapist.
When God opens a window.
Okay, I'll go up to the bench.
All right.
It's not your fault.
Hello.
He looks at you and says, "What? What do you want?"
Just saying hello.
Well, hello.
Rat folk and rat
Isn't
folk.
this park beautiful?
Yeah, they're both
I
The
guess.
birds over there. It's a great.
Yeah.
Yeah, just noticed.
What do you want?
Nothing. Just out, having a walk. Saw you over here by yourself, and you look troubled. You look lonely, and I'm a little lonely. Just thought,
Turn into a prostitution. ring.
I noticed
now
this bush.
solicitation.
Lovely bush. Uh-huh. Look, I've had a long day.
I'm sorry. Do you want to talk about it?
Make
You
a
seem troubled.
make a persuade roll, difficulty 2.
I'm giving you a threat.
Use a hero point too.
Oh my gosh, yeah, definitely using the hero point.
To re-roll.
Oh my goodness. I fail.
Okay. He says, "Now, yeah, you just need to stay. Actually, I will spend 2 threat and have him successfully pass that that observation roll from earlier. So why the hell have you been following me?
You know I've been following you.
Do I?"
Oh, you do. Think about yesterday. You know.
He slips his hand down towards his belt.
You can do that, but you will regret it.
I'm not going back to any yacht or something, buddy.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Uh-huh. Yeah, it's a beautiful park. Really pretty over here, everyone.
It is. Look at it. It's green. That water's beautiful. That little dog running around.
He doesn't look at the dog and is looking at you.
So yeah, I have been following you.
Uh-huh.
Making sure you're gonna do the right thing.
And what's the right thing?
You know what I'm talking about.
What does Tenko think the right thing is?
Tenko thinks the right thing is not crossing him.
I would never cross him. And you need to tell him that. I'm on his side.
Okay. I can tell him that. I can give him that information.
Tell him that these are cops. They're actually prophets.
Profits, really.
Yeah. And they're snooping around, and I did all this for him to protect him, and he can take care of him any way he wants.
What'd you set up these profits for? What are they gonna walk into?
Whatever he wants, he can tell me, and I'll do whatever he wants. The whole meeting, tell him that this was all just a misunderstanding.
So what are you gonna tell these prophets when you don't deliver what you promise?
You guys do whatever you need to do tonight.
I don't want to cross any prophets.
Well, they're already on Tenko's tail. That's not my fault. I'm just delivering them. Tell them that's what's going on.
Okay.
All right.
I'm gonna still follow you. So we can pretend that I'm not following you,
Uh-huh.
or I can just go with you wherever you're going.
Yeah, why don't you follow me somewhere else?
Okay. Lead the way.
He waits for you to walk away and get some distance, and then he walks away and is constantly looking back over his shoulder, waiting for you to
Nice.
shoot him in the back.
Right there.
Right there?
10 feet away.
All right. He then goes over towards a single-person public restroom and says, "If you'll excuse me,"
Yeah, go ahead.
and goes inside.
He's a rat.
You get a call, Professor. Professor, this is Iggy.
Yes.
If you got any people in my neighborhood, you got a problem. One of Tenko's guys is here, and I had to tell him what's going on. And I don't want to get any trouble. I just want what's on that pad. I want my stuff.
This guy's a triple crosser.
Well,
He was just setting up the meeting. It sounds like. I
I'm
mean,
saying.
honestly.
how am I supposed to deliver a rat to you when you've now told Temko that we're on our way?
I'm good. I can smooth things out. I can figure things out. And if you come fast enough and take out this this goon, ugly goon, just a ratty little looking goon, then the problem's solved. I mean, I've seen you heroically take down big evil bad guys on the top of snow-covered mountains on the vids. You can whack some guy on the park.
That's not what prophets do.
Well, maybe today is, because he knows some stuff. I didn't tell him. He's figured it out all on his own.
You're sure about that?
Yes. Sure as anything.
Hey, Professor.
You can't see me lying, can you?
I've got an idea. Just tell him we'll take care of it. And ask for a description.
If we come take care of this guy,
Yeah.
I don't know, Iggy. The deal might be off now. I don't know if I can trust you.
No. The deal's not off. Now you have to be there, one way or the other. Either Tenko knows that you're out there searching for him and I'm in hot water, or you go there and you take care of business. Now you've got me all caught up in this. Be the heroes that I've seen you be on TV.
I think you need to find a way to cool this water down.
I think you need to heat it up and take this punk out. He's literally on the other side of the door here.
Where he can hear you on this phone call. Professor calls Ash. Ash, we have a situation. Where's Pilsner?
He's been following around all day. Hey, Velu, you got eyes on Pilsner?
I'm in the van.
That was
With the screen.
sick.
And a little bitter.
I'm the man.
Pilsner,
His implants are on.
What's up?
I just got a call from Iggy.
I bet you did.
He thinks you're one of Temko's men,
I know he does.
and he wants us to come take you out.
I know.
He opens up the door to the private bathroom. All right, let's talk, you and I.
Yeah, we gotta talk. I just was on the phone with your friend.
Let's talk behind those trees. We gotta go to let's get a little privacy.
Okay, if that's what you want.
It is. What the hell are you laughing at?
No, that's just the way you just like 3 octaves up with his nervousness. That was good.
He gives you your line. After you.
Okay.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
All right. What?
A black and white police car, or whatever the Syracuse Police Department vehicle looks like.
Syracuse.
Syracuse.
Circos.
Syracuse.
That's what I said. The Syracuse Police Department pulls up, and Ash in a uniform with a hat gets out and says, "You."
Well, as you do, this is the park.
Yep.
On the path of the park. As you do, racing across the path, going over gorgeously well-kept grass, you see
A birthday party.
You see, you see Dr. Pilsner walking to some cozy-looking trees off in the distance with Iggy right behind him, and Iggy having a small, goofy little pistol out pointed at the back of the doctor's head, nervously holding it there.
And that's where I pull up to. Is pulling up to the two of them, and jump out, bullhorn voice right out.
He hides his gun.
It's like, both of you drop to the ground right now.
He drops.
And Ash will immediately run up and checks both of them. It's like, ID scans. IDs now. And checks with Iggy first.
All right, hey, I'm just a shop owner. What a day.
All right, you're fine. You. Runs up to you. What's your ID?
What do you need it for? We're not doing anything.
That's what I thought. Grabs you by the scruff of your neck, lifts you, and throws you in the back of the car. I've got him. This is the exact one we were looking for. He matches the description, just like we were told. Back of the car, pew, and then pulls out.
Stunned Iggy looks around. There's some park goers looking at him, and he gets up and puts his gun away and confusedly strides out of the park.
What the hell, Ash?
You were made.
Fineglass
I
calls.
wasn't made.
Fineglass calls Iggy again.
All right.
Iggy,
Oh, it's you.
we'll be there in 10 minutes.
What are you talking about? You were just there.
No, we'll be there to get the guy in 10 minutes.
No, the cop just showed up and took him off.
What cop?
Really ugly looking guy.
Everybody's ugly to you.
He came and took him. Was looking for him. I'm starting to sound like Seinfeld. He was looking for him.
He was looking for him.
He was a looker. He looked.
So a Syracuse police officer came and took some guy that's working for Temco.
Yeah. That was you.
This is not a good situation.
Tell him it was me. Professor, tell him that you did this. This was your call.
Look,
He asked for help. You got help. The meeting's still on.
you got to be there. The meeting's still on. 10 before 10. My life's on the line now. And you need to find wherever this guy got taken and lock him up good. He can't get out. No phone call, no nothing. Or you and I are both dead.
The professor just hangs up. He wants to really keep Iggy guessing on what's going on at this point.
All right.
Like, we will still show up. We'll still show to the meeting.
He seemed like he was on our side there. He was ready to kill the guy he thought was Tenko.
He's ready to shave his own hide.
That may be so, but he was going to kill the guy that he thought was Tenko's.
He would have killed him if he thought he was a prophet as well.
I don't think that's it, Professor. But you didn't get shot, which is great.
I wasn't going to get shot.
I know you weren't. But we gave you more credibility as a prophet. And I think we're really holding through this.
So you picked him up and drove him back, and you guys were having this conversation.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you guys at the park left the van behind.
No, Bagley's in the van.
At the park.
Alone.
As soon as the police car goes away, the van suddenly screeches off as well for no reason.
Direction.
How many dogs are in this?
They need the flowers.
437th dog that looks just the same. Around the corner.
Same damn frisbee.
All right.
He was knowingly
Yes.
going to walk you guys into a trap.
No.
Yeah. Yes.
Some confusion.
Chris wants to do this out of character.
He was not. So he was trying to kill the guy that was setting that
As a
he thought was
last-ditch
going
effort.
to screw things up. This guy, Iggy, is on the up and
He
up
was
with us.
100% ready to walk you all into a trap.
No.
No, that's not what he was doing. He was
As-
telling you that's what he was going to do, but then he was going to kill you and then take care of us and get us in there. That's what he was doing.
We got this wrong.
No, we don't. We don't. Iggy is the guy that we need to like. It
To
is.
get the meeting.
Yeah.
And he's holding up his end.
Yes.
Who's gonna
he
trust
absolutely
that
has.
guy? You think Tenko is gonna trust this.
I mean, he does
worm?
right now.
He does right
I
now.
don't think he does.
Tenko didn't send anyone following him, unless he found somebody who's
How do
following
we
you.
know?
How do we know? Yeah, just because we don't see anyone that's following him doesn't mean we. I don't. This is.
Would anybody in this room? Would anybody in this room trust this worm?
I mean, I trust him. It's a pretty good plan.
So, what do you think he did?
I don't think he did anything, but I think he was 100% ready to sell you out.
As soon as he thought he was made by Temco, he was like, "Oh yeah, no, I was just delivering these guys to go to into
Right,
your
but
hands."
then immediately called you and was like, "Hey, you gotta kill this guy so that we're safe."
Only to save his own skin.
Exactly.
He was saving face
because-
with you as the Tenko
No.
agent, and then when he went
Iggy's
into
master
the
plan has come.
when he
Separate
went
the
into the
bonds.
bathroom, he
Iggy
called the
is
prophets, not Tenko.
Yeah,
He didn't
could-
call
yeah.
Tenko at any point. He
Yeah,
never talked to
because-
Tenko.
Because Tenko doesn't trust this guy.
because he knows that now Temco already knows that he was trying to make this deal and he's trying to backpedal, but he knows Temco is too smart for that, and so he's trying to get profits to take care of this guy so that he can go back
I
and tell
think you
Temco.
two are reading into the situation. Tom gave us plenty of evidence for the opposite.
NTT.
I mean, regardless.
Yeah, I like you
Regardless.
guys, but if you want to walk into a trap and get killed,
This
feel free. Feel free.
you
If
got
I
it
was
wrong,
in your
man.
shoes, I'd be out.
I
I'd be out.
genuinely believe that you have it wrong.
I'm
And
with Seth.
at
We'll
No,
see.
no.
We'll see.
It's a good plan. We're sticking to the plan. You already have the outfits. You look fantastic.
This
Ready to go in.
So currently snatching you up again. We are how far out from going back to Journey's Wave?
Tomorrow
Roughly?
night.
No,
It's
night.
the next day.
Tonight.
It's
tonight.
Yeah.
10
Yeah,
o'clock.
so it's evening time right now.
10 till 10,
Okay.
9:50.
So here's the deal: you can never be seen again.
Correct.
You can never be seen again
Well, yeah, I sure can.
by Iggy.
Yeah.
No, you guys need to stay out of sight.
Okay.
Unless you give one of them your
No, he's
Tank.
right. But there's a reason Ash went in. We're behind the scenes. We're staying behind the scenes. I only took face because he needed to get out
unless
of
it's
there.
not your face is what I'm saying.
Right.
We can use you more than almost anybody else for
Correct.
almost anything. Except for talking.
What do you mean?
Spyglass does not like. This could go either way, and we don't know which way it's gonna go.
He's setting the meeting up straight. He has set the meeting up straight. Regardless of anything else, this meeting has been set up by Iggy, and it's been set up straight for what we're supposed to be
It's
doing.
been set up. I'll agree with that.
He's not trying to set us up. Regardless of whether he's trying to save himself or not, I believe that.
Yeah.
But he's doing it with us as being his saviors in this instance.
He
Covering his
still
own
works-
ass is not covering Tenko's ass.
Yeah, exactly. He's
still
not
works
looking
with
out for
Tenko.
Tenko in any way, shape, or form.
This guy.
The professor.
Why would he?
Because he's the
That I agree
confidential
with. Why would he
informant
is- I agree with
He's
that.
the smuggler and trafficker that Tenko knows, and that is in his confidence
No,
for whatever
there's no way
reason.
this guy's in anybody's in confidence except for Ronald freaking McDonald over there.
I mean, I like it.
If you guys want to go ahead with the plan, go ahead with the plan. I write a great eulogy, and I will start on them right now.
How often have I led you guys astray on these types of things? Be honest.
This is.
What are you counting on credibility of prior seasons?
Yeah.
Encourage this? I'm just.
Well, disregarding some spheres.
Yeah. Yeah.
Disregarding touching some spheres
Uh-huh.
here and there.
In 2 seasons. Same fate.
No, let's do it. Let's go ahead with it.
It's a good plan.
Yeah,
Uh huh.
it is.
It's not our good plan, but it's a good plan.
We're fine. We're fine. It is going to work out. It's fine. We got this.
We got this.
It is gonna. It is. He is setting up. He is the person that we need to talk to for this.
He
It
is.
is
So-
absolutely fine.
Does
So what
anyone
needs to
take any
happen-
Stress damage from this conversation.
Yeah. All the magic stress I gained again. So I think what we need to do now is make sure you two are out of sight and or given something to change.
I'll be watching
Which
this
I can
whole thing
do.
go down on.
I need to be given the
video
injection
screen.
thing so I don't get influenced by the water again. So I can maintain
I don't
my
think
That's
this
not
works.
water,
This
it's for-
doesn't work how
that's
you
for
think
Oh,
it
is it not?
works.
Oh, okay. Well, fuck.
This is to get you, snap you out of it in case
Like an adrenaline shot.
of like.
That's exactly
an
what I just said.
overdose. No.
It's not a preventative. It's a.
Well, either way, when you need me, give me. I'll have the
Or
shot
just don't jump
on
in
me.
the water and.
Well, you can't really avoid it. There's
It's not the water.
Yeah, it's not
for
the water.
Scape.
Yeah.
He drew up a
The water's not Scape?
antivenom for Scape.
No.
it feels.
Scape
it-
is put into the water, but the water itself is
I
not.
don't even know if that's the case.
I don't even know if that's the case either. Yeah, the Scape is a
It's a
just a
different
drug.
drug,
Okay.
possibly.
I mean, the effects
Bailey
were
needs to be
exactly
in
what
the
I
van
was
taking the
experiencing. The effects of Scape. So it was Scape.
You're not going in there for
No.
pleasure this time.
Scape makes you aggressive.
No, Scape makes you euphoric and bliss, and then hyper.
Afterwards, after it makes you hyper.
Right.
And then skin
So that's
degradation.
what we felt in the theater. So there's degrees of bliss in the theater. So if I would any degree of it, as long as I'm snapped out of it at any point when you need me, that's all I was getting at. But if you're not there, I need that in hand.
You're not going there to get high though.
But you will get high kind of automatically when you go in. That's the deal.
You can go.
That's
and
kind of
just
the
You're
thing.
not
hang
gonna
out,
get.
right?
Are you gonna get petted down with oil again?
That's kind of the thing.
No. Up floor.
Yeah,
Upper
we're
floor.
just gonna meet the
Yeah,
guy at like a
this is
table.
meat. This isn't.
We're not
like,
gonna get in the water and like
Your
like
addiction's already
swim
kicking
around.
Must get down in the
Okay.
pool.
Okay, the way I understood it,
must
you
smear
feel that
myself.
to a certain degree
No.
at any level, not
they
just the
prepped you
two.
for it.
I'm getting anointed one way or the other.
Yeah, that's what I understood.
Yeah, no.
As soon as you're in the club, you
No.
are to a degree euphoric.
No.
No.
No,
I
we're
guess-
going off. We're going off to a VIP room with Temco and his cronies, while the plebes get high or whatever they want to do. But we're not. We are not getting high.
Yeah.
Top floor is totally dry.
Okay, well then I misread the
okay.
entire situation last time.
I still think you did a good move. I think your call was the right one. But this will be, like you were saying, you're going to be in a different capacity tonight, which is why you're also in a different outfit and a different approach.
Okay.
All right. So it is now that night. We have the professor, Script, and Zoma dressed to the nines, stylish outfits.
Before we go in script, as everybody else has had a different name, my name tonight is Jenner, not Script.
Gender.
Jenner.
Okay.
All right.
I'm not gonna ask questions. About
Good.
I thought you were saying it's Script Jenner. Like
Yeah.
Chris. Okay. Okay.
And you have your great outfits, your gorgeous looking hair. You have like a slimline pistol, the two of you. And what about you, Script?
45 Ronin.
Okay. And what about any untraceable credit currency are you bringing? Any or none?
I think.
We have untraceable credits.
I think we can bring
249.
it
No.
just for show, just for proof that we have it.
Yeah, we're gonna need it.
Yeah.
You're
I
not
don't-
bringing everything.
I don't know if the trans.
You're gonna have 100,000.
Bring 150,000.
100,000. I'm gonna negotiate with 127,000 I've got left. 187,000. Don't tell him. And you're gonna keep 100,000.
It's not very much.
It's 100,000 credits. All right, you get 125,000 credits.
Are you guys bartering between each other?
Is that gonna be good for you, Professor?
150, and I'll only lead with the 125.
150.
Okay. So you have that in a briefcase that is attached to a chain to Zoma. Meanwhile, there are 2 people in a van outside, not too far from the river, and it is Ash.
I think it's all 3 of us.
No. It is Ash, and it is the Dr. Pastuza, and you guys are focused on the mission and looking at screens, and then Velu's just along for the ride somehow. I don't even know what you're doing at this point, because they're in your seat now. And
He's now in the back of the van petting a dog with a frisbee in its mouth.
I found one.
And the 3 of you go through the doors part, the water curtain parts, and you go in and you are hit by the new age music, the smells that are pumped in, and you can see these glorious translucent and light-giving liquids that are flowing down, and our big meet begins, and that is where we will stop for tonight.
Hey.
So thank you so much for coming along and joining us. We're about to begin our after show after this and get the players' thoughts on what just happened. If you'd like to hear about the after show, come to our Patreon, spend just a couple bucks, and you can hear every after show after every show and see what we all get into after this. Until next time, we'll see you then.
Good night.
All right.
Good night.